it made me feel horrible because I'm not a mean person. And I said something kind of foul, and she said, I will not respond to that.
Well, I'm surprised.
And then it made me feel bad.
Alexa,
is that Alexa? Yeah. And so then I said, Yacht Rock or whatever we were going to listen to. And I said, thank you. And she said, sure thing. And I felt like, okay, we're okay now. Our relationship's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my fondest memories are of my father fighting with Alexa. All the time. All the time. She couldn't hear him. He couldn't hear her. And they battled. Dad would just be so angry.
We call that Sunday.
And, I mean, they would really fight. And I think he loved her. I didn't ask before he passed away, but I think he really loved her. I think he just had a very love-hate relationship with her.
I got it, yeah.
He would yell, "That's not the bleeping song I said to play." And she would say nothing, and he would yell again.
I've never used one of those.
Oh, Pat, they can be really, really helpful.
They really, for everything, from simple things like the weather to...
They just save you time. They don't save you thought power, but they save you time.
We've been doing obviously a lot of wedding stuff, and signing a lot of contracts.
Oh.
And, I feel like one of the
because you're getting
jokes,
married.
Yeah, right.
This is a voice that
and
Ethan
like
has.
for vendors and things like that. And one of the cool things you can do with that Chat GPT is you can copy and paste that in there and say, "Hey, give me the most important parts of this."
Oh.
So it's kind of like
It's
a
a
way to
time
get
saver,
around those terms and conditions that everyone complains about that are like 30 pages.
Right.
Say list this out for me so I can
That's
read
amazing.
A, B, and C.
It's amazing. I love it, and at the same time, it's taking over.
It's scary. If you know what they knew about us, that you wouldn't do it. I had to translate to. I have gyroplane parts that are in Spain, and there's a language barrier. And I was trying to talk to Frederico.
Because they speak
Castilian. And I grew up with more of a Cubano or a Mexican. And I was trying to communicate, and I can't communicate for crap all this. So I did it in Chat GPT, just like you said. And, I did you hear Matt Baer doing the Russian travel or the Russian traffic? It's amazing what it can do, Pat.
I have the same problem. Have you gone to Ireland?
No, sir.
I have the same language barrier there. I mean...
What do you mean?
You cannot understand the Irish.
I thought they mostly spoke English.
They do.
Oh, but it's in a way you don't hear. Give me an example.
No, I can't. It's just, I'm telling you.
Where's the fire?
Exactly.
Like Popeye?
No.
Yeah, and it's like, and I said, because my daughter Jenny, student taught there, and she said, I said, well, can they understand us? She goes, oh, they understand us fine. You just can't. So, yeah, so she, and they're very, the Irish can be very shy, and she was the Yank. She was the Yank that was running with the Murphy boys in the small northern, up in Buncrana.
What a cool thing.
It was cool. Mm-hmm. Yep. And she, at the school she was at, the headmaster said, you'll forever be known as the Yank that the teachers were all, the female teachers sat at one table and the men sat at the other.
Oh.
And she brought them together.
Oh, that's her legacy.
Yeah, it's her legacy. But she didn't know that was the thing. She just sat with the guys and they were all like,
what the heck?
Who is this hussy?
Yeah.
So she brought everybody to be able to sit
and they
together.
rearranged the...
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Hey, joining us now is our on-staff engineer, Miss Allison Lemons. Did you get her fixed, girl? You're amazing.
Yes, I turned the computer on.
Yep.
I
had
the
a
power button.
She's my
I
girl.
felt really
You're the
empowered.
girl. You're the girl.
Yep.
Do you feel like everybody you're around is pretty stupid?
No,
honestly,
no.
you can say that.
No.
You can say everybody around me is pretty stupid when it comes to me just being able to turn a computer on. And it's
No. There's a couple other things too. It was okay.
Okay.
It was
But pretty
restarting.
much, computer support is just unplug it and plug it back
That's
in.
that's what you do.
Restart it.
Oh, is that? Wait, okay. I didn't know there was.
it's
I didn't know
the
there was
same
a
thing.
formal name for that.
Yeah. That's how we make it sound smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was just one of those mornings where I just couldn't get it right. I obviously, it's raining, if you guys weren't aware. And so everyone was driving a little different today. So I took my time, and then I realized there was an accident on I-70.
Oh, I got an alert from 13 on that.
Yeah, I did too as I was pulling up to the accident. So then
And
I
you're
was
coming
like,
in from the west, right?
and I'm coming in from the west, and I was like, oh, I'm going to outsmart it. I'll go off Harding Street right here. So I
Oh,
went off
good
Harding
idea.
Street. Yeah, the train schedule was on. So I got caught by the train.
Yeah, the
So
train.
then I got back on, and I just waited out the traffic. And then apparently the police decided to close down half of Illinois Street for some reason. So then I went around
Allison.
Delaware and stuff. And so it was just one of those mornings I was like, well,
What
They're
time?
making
What time
this-
do you normally arrive here?
I normally arrive here at least 8 a.m.
Really, a whole hour before?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know. Are you lying? She's lying.
Well, here's
no,
the
I
thing.
have a lot of prep for this show.
You're lying now. I can tell from
And
Terry.
I have to do some yoga to get my mind right.
Sure.
And,
Sure.
What time do you get here,
clean the
Terry?
studio.
I've
I
never
get
asked
here
this question.
Usually, which is cool because Allison usually comes down to the parking garage to meet me to help me carry things in for Craft Corner.
Okay.
At about 5 till 9.
No, it's not that bad.
Okay.
She's usually like
What
about
time
10
do you
till.
get here, Pat?
Well, this morning here I got here at 8:56.
Yeah, usually it's 3 minutes after. We usually have 2 minutes.
Well, that was
after.
when I got in the garage. So up here it would have been after 9. When do you get here, Den?
I get here. I stop by to get the kolaches because La Senorita is very helpful before 8. So I get them before.
Who's La Senorita?
She's
Is
the
that a
one
margarita
at
thing
the-
or something?
I don't really know her name. She's just very, very friendly, and she has the order already. But the line is really big at Kolache Factory sometimes. And
Really?
She sees me come in, she gets. But if I get there before 8, she'll do that. If I get there after 8, it's too busy.
Okay. So,
So I normally get here
I guess,
about
we
20
got-
minutes after.
okay, 20 after.
Yeah.
What time do you get here, Ethan?
It depends.
Terry's opening all of her Easter
So-
egg candy.
I'm sorry.
What time do you actually work at 9 or are you here earlier? I mean, for work. I mean, you don't have to come in at 6 or anything like that.
No, nothing crazy. I probably don't get here as early as I probably should, to be
Okay.
honest with you, Pat.
Because you guys are all here before I get here. So
Yeah.
I didn't know what the pecking order was.
Me and Denny
So
hang
Denny's
out for
here
a while.
first.
Usually it's Ethan, Denny, and then I follow suit, and Terry's close behind.
Okay, and then I roll in. Interesting.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
We're all
Here, when the
here.
bell
Well,
goes
happy
off.
Easter. This is our very
Yeah.
special
Happy
Easter
Easter.
show. So we've got a lot of stuff planned for you
Right.
for our Easter
Right,
show.
right. Pacers first game.
Yes.
So excited.
You know
It's
what
a
I
gold
you know
out.
what I needed as a retailer? I needed not only the rain to ruin my business, but a
Pacer
1
playoff.
o'clock Pacer playoff game to
Yeah.
kind of just
Right.
cramp her down.
And the pregame fun actually starts at 10.
Oh, that's great.
They have the big party downtown
That's super.
right there. And,
That is super.
Maybe that's what they were closing down.
and then it's
for.
also, I mean, we've got all the egg hunts are going on.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
I mentioned, if they happen. But look at the sky. You know, this doesn't look awful.
no, not at all.
I mean, it's warm.
Can't really
It
see
is
the
warm.
tops of the building
Dogs
downtown.
Don't care.
But
Dogs don't care that are all going to the dog Easter egg hunts.
no one cares about the dog Easter egg hunt. We care about the children. The children. Stop with the
you
dog
are
thing.
so sensitive about this, and it's,
Yeah.
I know
Well,
you don't like
stop-
dogs.
I do like dogs.
You don't like dogs.
No, I don't. No, but your treat, and they don't care about an Easter egg hunt.
They do.
No, they don't.
Oh,
They
they
go to the
do.
big
They're a
dog parks,
dog.
and there's hidden gems in the eggs, all kinds of great treats, and you watch them, and they just
No,
go nuts.
the treats are fine, but don't act like they're going to go out there and hunt for them. All
They're
right?
hunting.
Oh, they hunt.
Oh, they hunt. They've got better noses
It's
than we do.
amazing.
If they only did Easter egg hunts with children and they could only use their nose,
You know, if some of
no.
these young people out there with the dogs would maybe have a baby, we could save this country
And-
from our low birth rate.
Congratulations to IMPD's canine unit, who found a ton of drugs and cash.
Okay, nobody
their
cares right now.
nose.
We can cover that in the next segment.
We're talking
We're talking
about
about
Officer
Easter egg
you're
hunts
talking
right now.
about.
Hey, Pat.
Officer of the law, right
But
there.
they are officers of the law. And
I
you better
understand,
just back
but you don't
off.
bring that into a conversation about Easter egg hunts and children and low birth rate in this country.
You were talking
We're
about
coming right
dogs,
back.
you old
93
crowd.
WIBC.
Happy Easter. So ready for Terry's critique. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, what? Oh, instead of doing the whistle, how about say yabba dabba doo?
I don't know. Do I look like Fred Flintstone?
Doesn't have anything to do with Fred
Here,
Flintstone.
let's just try it. We'll just try it.
Lock it up.
All right. Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan and Fishers and SullivanHardware.com.
No.
I don't know. That
too
doesn't
much.
seem
Okay,
right.
let's try it again. One more time.
Just simple.
Okay.
Yabba dabba do.
Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan and Fishers and SullivanHardware.com.
Yabba dabba do.
No.
Okay.
No, that's
Never
not
mind.
it
This
either.
isn't going to work for
No,
you.
no. We're going to have to get somebody
Terry,
else.
you can have the job, okay? I'll whistle while you do your yabba dabba.
Terry, when we went to break, she goes, the whistle doesn't, that was Dick Crumb's thing. You kind of stole that from
give
from
you
Dick
some
Crumb, and I don't think
didn't
that's
steal
fair.
anything.
Fair that you took that from Dick Crumb.
I just thought maybe he'd like to do something that's his.
Yeah.
Like
Terry, do you
and
need
when
a
I thought
vacation?
Yabba dabba do was good.
Original.
Something original.
Rather than just knocking off other people.
She's been riding my
You know,
donkey
they've been-
since Jesus on Palm
Oh,
Sunday.
I don't think you can say that.
This is the biggest. I just saw this in a study that the biggest thing that people are upset about at work nowadays is people stealing other people's, not only their stuff. In fact, what people steal most of are ideas,
Really?
and that's what's upsetting people now. Is they're finally saying, you know what? They're finally calling people out. Wait a minute, that was my idea.
Yeah.
I did not steal it.
No. I just
really
made me
didn't.
think of that. No, we were just playing.
Right.
So, intellectual theft.
Intellectual theft. More. The biggest thing that people are stealing at work now is ideas.
Oh.
That happens all the time in business.
It has forever.
And the real leaders let the people who thought it up, take credit for it. And the real crummy leaders say it was their idea.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time.
It does.
It's been going on.
The
since
worst is when they
I've been
say,
in business.
"No, that's not a very good idea," and then 6 months later, there it is. And
When that
Sure.
happened in the plumbing
Oh.
business, the helper would say, "Why don't we do it this way? This seems simpler."
So,
And then the crew leader would take credit for it, and he'd try to bring it up, and I'd say always, "I think your helper thought of that. Why don't you give him some credit for it?" Because it's
Good for
usually
you.
the people who've just
Yep.
started.
I try to be a team.
Yeah. Don't let anybody be the.
right. That's
You know,
what
and
that's
you
what
know what?
companies want. They
And
want
actually,
you to be a team.
Here's the problem, though, for like someone like myself. It's like I have a lot of ideas going all the time, and I'm very forgetful too. So I may take someone's idea and don't know that I did. So now I've
because you're
started
just
saying, maybe one of you guys thought about this or thought this, and then I'll just to cover it because I all right, what's behind me?
Look, you have a new sign that says, "Hello, my name is Pat," just like the sign just like the patch you usually wear, and then you're behind this beautiful floor.
So
What is
so
this?
a lot of people on the YouTube were complaining because our live stream setup. Go to YouTube WIBC, and Pat has a beautiful window behind him of the Monument Circle. However, the sun comes through, so he's in the shadows. So we needed something to kind of bounce the light off
Is
of.
this better?
And look,
And,
there's plumbing at the bottom of it.
And I thought, Pat, where does he feel the most at home? In the plumbing department. So
Yeah, that's right.
So I put a background of some plumbing tools. I think that's what those are.
Some nice hardwood
Some
there.
nice hardwood because it's manly, I guess.
Yep.
And then
Hello, my name
and then the "Hello, my name is Pat" sticker in case people forgot who you were.
Well, does it fit in
so
the shot?
fun.
Because my TV's my TV. What do you call these things again?
Your computer?
Computer, the monitor.
Yeah, I'll turn that on for you. But yes, you can see it, and it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
And
I'll pull down the other
put-
shade. That'll give him a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe it will because
contrast.
it's still.
we'll adjust it a little bit.
Want me to take a call? I don't have a call screener either. Can you just put up? Oh, it's Michaelis.
Yeah.
Who is it? Do you know yet?
Okay.
It is Miss Kaylee.
Miss Michaela.
We'll see.
Joining us on the program from the Michaelis Corporation is Michaela. Michaela?
Good morning.
How are
It's
you?
actually Kaylee, but
It is
Michaela's
Kaylee.
a great
Let's
option
go.
always.
Wait a minute. Is there a Michaela?
There is. Yeah,
Okay.
she's actually my boss.
Oh.
Oh.
She's great. I love her.
I bet.
She's a great boss.
Give us
Yeah,
the skinny.
she's the best. Huh?
Spill the tea.
Yeah. She is. I mean, she's just a great supporter, and she actually trained me when I joined the team, and so I feel like my success really kind of started with her.
You know what?
I really appreciate her.
You are laying it on way too thick. She's going to know. Now it all sounds fake.
No, genuinely, though, genuinely, I really appreciate her. She's good at what she does, so I'm glad that I was able to learn from her.
How you doing?
Shout out to Michaela if she's listening.
Yeah. So, what is it you do for the Michaelis Corporation?
Yeah, so I am actually within the waterproofing department. I am the project coordinator. So once the job kind of gets to me, I put it into production. I speak with the client to get them on the schedule. I organize with the team as well as the technicians to get them ready, and I just kind of get it ready for the team. So a lot of talking with clients, but then also supporting those guys that are out in the field and feet on the ground doing the hard work.
So, and that communication is so important because you relating to your team what your client and what your customer is expecting, I think obviously is very important.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you come by my desk and I'm on the phone with somebody, I'm taking notes the entire time so that I know that I'm communicating to the fullest extent, so that client feels supported by us and they know that we are listening, we're a listening ear, and we're there to support them because we get that life happens and we're there to help them through it.
That's probably exactly how Michaela trained you.
Yeah. How did you know?
Come on, give us the skinny. Spill the tea right now. Yeah.
No tea over here, sir.
Okay, so has things now we got a bunch of rain today again, but were you still working from all the rains from a few weeks ago?
We have been busy, that is for sure. So our water team, our EMS teams that are going out and boarding up and putting tarps down and then doing that water mitt, they took care of business. Now it's kind of transitioning into reconstruction support, or if they had water intrusion in their basement or crawl space, it's that waterproof team. So it's kind of transitioning from that one team to the next team that is necessary to really help them with the issue that they had.
Do the teams, you speak of the teams, do the teams ever get together for a basketball game?
Not a basketball game. We did have a chili cook-off not too long ago, and that was a lot of fun. I think we had at least 10 to 12 different types of chili, both white chicken chili. I think there were 3 of those, and then the rest were regular chili. But then, we have holiday gatherings. We should have a basketball game or a kickball. I think kickball would be a good choice.
But the water guys would probably want to swim meet because that's probably where they're more comfortable, in the water.
They might be tapping out of the water. They're like, all right, I need a break from that for a second.
But they would be comfortable there because they're used to walking through it. So, all right. Anybody else have any questions for? No. All right, we're good. Hey, have a happy holiday.
Thank you. Happy Easter to you all.
Yes, hope it's nice and quiet. Although I know that there is rain coming, and if you find yourself in need, the Michaelis Corporation is who you should call. 844-FIX-INDY. That's 844-FIX-INDY. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back. Pat Sullivan, Denny Smith, Terry Stacy, Allison Lemons. Young Ethan is behind the board. Our number 239-9393. But right now it's a very special time because it is In the Weeds with Denny Smith. I'm just seeing on our line. What do you call this thing?
Live stream.
Live stream. And so Allison had a backdrop made. And it just says Pat because you can't really see the top.
Hello, my name is.
Yeah.
But Pat is cool.
Looks really good.
The Pat's important, so.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right.
It could have just said Home and Garden Show or something.
In the Weeds segment is brought to you by E.F. Marburger and Sons and Company.
So now we give you Denny Smith and In the Weeds.
Hello, my name is Pat. Hey, all right, so today is a quiz. I have 4 questions.
Okay.
The answer is the same to all 4 questions, but if you guess it out through 1, 2, or 3, then 4 won't be necessary.
You think John wants to play? Oh, there's
Are
my
you
phone.
kidding me?
Sullivan.
It's the Amish greenhouse builder. How does an Amish guy have a phone? I didn't
Ask
know.
them what they have.
I didn't
That's the
know.
first question you should ask them.
My thanks to the ladies at E.F. Marburger for this edition of In the Weeds.
With
Okay,
Denny
yay.
Smith.
Go ahead,
I
Pat.
brought up JMV just because he might
John's
want
gonna hear it too.
He
Hey,
might
John.
want to play along.
Well, it's
Okay.
got a sports thing to it, all right? So here we go. Who
right.
am I? I was born in Missouri in 1889 and raised in Illinois.
Is it a horse?
I was a Rhodes Scholar and studied in England. In 1913,
Benjamin Franklin.
Before serving as a U.S. Army officer during World War I taught Spanish, physics, and math, and coached an extraordinarily successful basketball season at New Albany High School in Indiana.
Oh,
Elon
What's
Musk.
his name?
The 1914 New Albany High School yearbook
Dick
had a
Crum.
dedication to me
Oh,
from
no.
the students. Who
John-
am I?
John Wooden.
John knows.
Oh, John knows. Is
No,
it
that's
John
not.
Wooden?
Go ahead, John.
I don't know.
All right, so here's number 2. After returning from World War I, I began my astronomical work that would change our view of the cosmos. I earned a PhD in astronomy from
Wait,
the
is
University
excuse me,
of
is this a
Chicago.
different person?
They're all
Same?
the same guy.
Same guy.
You never listen to instructions.
No, I'm busy over here.
Yeah, you're answering the phone. You're trying to run a hardware store when we're doing a radio program.
I'm wondering why an
Oh, he
Amish
is like
guy has a
Elon Musk.
phone. He's calling me.
I earned a PhD in astronomy from the University of Chicago after giving up my law career that I pursued to satisfy my father. Who am I?
Oh, is it Abraham Lincoln?
My research in the question number 3. My research in the 1920s revealed that the universe is expanding, laying the foundation for the Big Bang Theory. I used the 100-inch Hooker telescope on Mount Wilson. It was a 100-inch mirror. The scientific law
We're like
describing
10.
the expansion of the universe
Hubble.
carries my name.
Is it Hubble?
Hubble.
It is.
I
John
was gonna- it was
gets it.
Hubble.
Attaboy, John.
I had it
There
written
we go.
down.
From down.
Yeah.
John, you need to come in here. We can replace Pat and have you because you read.
Well, when you said telescope, I didn't know. I was thinking maybe it was Albert Einstein for a minute, and then when you started saying telescope, I
Rumor
thought,
had it that Albert Einstein never looked through a telescope, and he had access to all of them. But the rumor about Einstein was that he was a theoretical physician. Physics
John
guy.
is always my phone a friend.
Is he really?
Yeah.
It's a good one to have.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
That's a good one, Denny. Well done.
All right, so the Hooker telescope was the biggest. It was 100-inch, and it weighed. You're not going to believe how much these things. The whole thing weighed.
I bet it
about
was the
100
most
tons.
popular, too.
Yeah. But then the next one was twice as big. It was called the Hale telescope. How much do you think it weighed, Pat?
But everybody still hung around the Hooker hotel.
That's-
Hooker telescope.
Hooker
Yeah.
telescope. How much did the Hale telescope weigh?
Oh, well, that's easy.
Do you get a choice?
Yep. 26 tons.
About 20 times that. 530 tons. It was made of Pyrex glass by Corning Glass Works, and the mirror itself weighed 14.5 tons. But I just
Wow.
thought it was amazing that Coach Hubble, he supposedly only had one loss, and it was at the very beginning of the season. They went undefeated, and I don't know if they had state championships back there, but it was a class team. And the students loved him. He taught physics, math, and Spanish, and they dedicated their yearbook to him. So he must have been a hell of a guy. But that's Edwin Hubble.
How
Well,
long did he
God
live?
bless his heart.
I don't know.
Denny,
Yes, sir.
could the Hubble telescope could it identify the rings around Uranus?
The rings are around Saturn, son. The fudge is from Uranus. Okay?
Oh, brother.
There we go. John,
Never gets old, baby.
John,
really
last
doesn't.
week I tried to call into 105.7. 3 or 4 times. I bet I sat on. Yeah, you are busy, man.
Excuse me. It is incredibly busy. Yeah, it is, and that's when it's really fun too, because that makes it go mow even faster. You know, the one thing I was thinking about before I came on, I was listening to you guys. Denny, your Yabba Dabba Doo
Yeah.
by Fred Flintstone is pretty good. Do you guys remember the episode of the Flintstones where I think it was aliens cloned Fred, and they all walked?
Oh,
around
yeah. I actually do remember that.
And they would go Yabba Dabba Doo.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Look that up, Ethan.
If Dick Crumb did
Oh,
that,
my
you're not
gosh.
allowed to use it. Okay.
The Flintstones really, I mean, so funny still today. I mean, when you see
Yeah.
Ann Margrock and,
I know.
Do you think
With the
Barney?
things- the funny
Those
adult
black and white
humor.
Yeah, do you
Commercials
think-
with the smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. Do you think Barney mumbled? I thought Barney was a mumbler.
Yeah, no doubt. Barney didn't mumble. I tell you what, though, they both outkicked the coverage on their ladies, though.
Oh,
There's
Betty.
zero way
And Wilma?
in this era today, ladies that look like Wilma and Betty are going to get anywhere near Fred and Barney. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
None.
No,
Zero.
you're right. You're absolutely right. But what beautiful children they all produced too. I mean, look at Pebbles. Pebbles hot,
Oh, and
right?
Bam Bam.
As she got older, Pebbles, she was a cutie, and also Bam Bam.
Oh,
They
I
got
think
married.
Bam Bam.
Didn't they get married?
Oh, I think so.
Pebbles and Bam Bam got married.
Well, they should have.
I think they
I
did.
think Bam Bam would have been both Mr. Football and Mr. Basketball in the state of Indiana.
Could have been a slugger with that big Bam Bam
Remember he used to
batty
pick up
hat.
people by their feet and hit them on the ground. Bam, bam, bam. Thought it was funny.
I loved it though. But no, the clone Flintstone, that was maybe among the best. The other one was when Fred was addicted to gambling, which is pretty funny. Right?
I don't remember that
Yeah.
one.
And anytime somebody would say bet, he would start going bet, 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 and have to place a bet. It's kind of like I think it's probably accurate to most today.
Yeah. So do you think, in a serious note, do you think that is a problem amongst young men, is gambling?
I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised that we haven't heard more. What are we, about 6 years in, I think,
Yeah.
to the legalization here? I'm surprised we don't hear more stories on the effect of
Yeah.
it. I am. I expected it out like 5 years. I thought, all right, well, we're going to see where this goes. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't mind. I'm fine with, allowing it, whatever. That's fine. But I hate losing. And there is just way too much damn losing in that. You know
A lot
what I
of
mean?
losing.
Yeah.
What I think is
if I'm going to work 6 days a week, I don't want to have the money that I make hinge on whether or not somebody scores a run in the bottom of the ninth inning that's meaningless or
I'm
whatever.
Good for you,
I'm
John.
with
You
you.
work too hard for your
Yeah,
money.
a
to gamble.
$20 loss to me is everything. Once I've been on ships, on boats, the gambling boats, when those first entered
Yeah.
our world, the gambling boats, and after a $20, and you'd left the dock, you were out, and if I lost $20
Sometimes
in the
just
first
5
5
feet.
minutes, I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever done. I'm not having
Yeah.
any fun at all, and you got to wait till the boat gets back to the dock.
Yeah.
So you just sit out there and wait.
I know, and I don't get I mean, I try.
I tried to, but I'm just
I
not
try.
a winner. David and I are not winners, and so we don't even try it anymore.
Now, if you're with somebody fun, we were in Vegas with Brian Wilkes,
oh, that would be fun.
and having Wilkes at a craps table, he is just larger than life, and that was fun. I will
They
say
think
that was fun.
He thinks he's Elvis, and he is.
Yeah.
He really
Yeah.
is.
So that was entertaining.
No, I mean, table games are fun. I'm not suggesting that I wouldn't or shouldn't. I mean, I talk, betting as far as the odds every week during the football season. I have no problem with it. But just for me, I'm not comfortable with the amount of losing that you have to accept while doing that. And if you don't, it's absolutely amazing. And I'm also amazed by how Vegas always absolutely locks up everything. It's how they know and how the rest of the world doesn't. It's pretty amazing.
My
that
next
entire
in the
aspect.
weeds is
So,
going to be on addictive behaviors because,
But
look at Hammer
that's a
Nigel.
good idea.
Hammer gambles all the time. Nigel
Yeah,
supposedly
he does.
drinks all the time. I don't know what to think about poor Allison. She's the only one left on the show. But we need to deal with addictive behaviors.
That's just part of the, a radio. What do we call that?
So Nigel
Stick.
actually
Stick.
has
Stick.
been
It's a little
pretty good
stick.
these days. And Hammer, I mean, he has a whole side podcast about sports
He's
betting.
a winner. He's
And
a winner. He knows how to do it, and
he
so he
studies
really
it.
does. I
Yeah.
don't know much if he really loses ever, but I mean, you only hear about the winnings, but he's got it. Hammer's
You know
got
what?
it.
I would.
Yeah.
I have
Some people do.
his son Jake is working for me.
Yes, his youngest son, Jake.
They are so different. I mean, Jake is like hardworking and quiet,
Hey, Hammer's
and
hardworking.
then
Hammer's
got
hardworking.
Jason
He is
that-
not quiet.
he's not quiet, and so I just thought this. And
Yeah,
Hammer-
they are quite the opposites.
I think Hammer's
Hey,
one of the most
and a
talented
great
people.
Did you guys ever find it interesting that Fred and Wilma and Barney and Betty slept in different beds, twin
Yeah.
beds?
Yeah.
It's like a Leave It to Beaver.
Well, didn't you have to do that in those days? What
Back
year
then?
was that?
Oh yeah.
They,
Who
like,
was the first married couple? I'm assuming that were shown in the same bed.
wasn't
Carol
Desi and
Mike?
Lucy, was it? It wasn't Lucy and Desi. It was.
Was it Dick Van Dyke?
No, they had separate beds too.
But maybe in the later episode they pushed them
Carol
together.
and Mike and the Brady Bunch, they were shown in bed often.
Yeah.
And Mike was always reading something from Jonathan Seagull or something, right? He had a very eclectic sense of interest right
Terry
there.
might be
with his
right. It
reading.
might have been Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke is going to be 100 years old next year.
That's awesome, by
Hey-
the way, too, Denny.
Hey,
That is
listen.
awesome.
Hey, John,
The world is much better with Dick Van Dyke.
I agree.
Yes.
Ethan has tears coming down his face.
Oh, because it's time to go.
It's like
Wow.
53.
Okay,
and he's
let's
not
go.
gonna-
This is
So,
bad.
Say
all
goodbye.
right.
Yeah, I know, because some nerd consultant said, well, you've got to break it this time to make sure you get all, whatever.
He's not a nerd. He's my friend.
Who?
No, I'm not saying he's
He's
not
not
him.
saying Ethan's
Consulting
and-
nerds,
Oh.
like much higher than us dorks.
I think our only problem, I think everything would be
We call
cool,
that
but I think we
management.
take live feed from Fox, don't we, or something?
Yeah.
Is that the problem?
No,
That's
yeah,
the
you
problem.
got hit
The
hard,
live
don't you?
news.
See, I live in a world where it's the Wild West. I don't have to
I
hit
know.
hard.
See, I wish
tell
that.
me to.
That's how it should be on Saturday. We should stop taking live news.
Yeah. Because nothing
The
ever
best part
happens
about
in
it
the
is
weekends.
they come down and
Yeah.
they say, hey, you know what? You got to get out at this time. And I go, okay, and then don't do it.
Now he's sobbing. It was tears. Now he's actually sobbing. We got to go. All right, tonight.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend, everybody.
It's the JMV Takeover tonight on B105.7 from 6 until midnight. We're coming right back.
Well, some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys. That really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools, power tools.
Hey, good morning. Welcome. Hour number 2 of Saturday's Home and Garden program, brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
How'd I do?
The whistle. I think
Yabba-dabba-doo.
yabba-dabba-doo, I think is the way to
Yabba-dabba-doo.
go. I think that's going to be your catchphrase.
That's it. Hey, listen, I reached out to my cousin because next week the Decorator Show Home begins. And, you know, we've sort of been their mascots for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
I think they like us. But we
We
got to
do.
do we got to
We'd
do
like
our
you
part
lot.
too. And Pat, you've always said that you love this because these are the people that are focused on helping mental health.
Yes.
It's the St. Margaret's Guild, and my crazy cousin Dwayne.
This year, anyways.
Yeah, my crazy cousin Dwayne
Right? Don't we
Smith
move it around?
No, it's the same
Oh.
thing every year.
It's always the same?
Always Ashkenazi. Yep.
But
So-
always the mental health.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
speaking of mental health, Dwayne, my cousin, married this crazy chick named Cheryl. She can't even spell Cheryl. It's Sherrell. Can you imagine that in first grade? But anyway, Cheryl, thanks for coming back in. Fill us in
Thanks for
about
having
where we go.
us.
It starts on a crazy day. It's not even starting on the weekend.
It starts Tuesday. So you can get a head start this week. We are going to be open through the week. You can
So
be one of
just
the
at
first
night on
ones.
Tuesday or all day?
So we're doing Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 2. Then we're going to take a little break, and then it's 4 to 8. We're going to try some evening hours, too.
I think that would be good.
Yeah. Thank you. I
Maybe
hope-
do a
yeah.
little extra cocktail party out in the.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Do you want to bring cocktails?
Yeah.
I'd show up. Okay.
I know how to make cocktails. I'll be your bar. I don't think I'm registered.
I just
as
think
a
that would be a,
bartender.
a nice thing to meet for people to meet after work.
Exactly.
Grab a
So this
glass of
house,
wine and
Pat, this house is 100 years old, and it was 7,000 square feet. It's on North
and it's
Penn.
now only 3,000. And that's
They cut
what's,
it- they made it
that's
into a
what's
double.
amazing about the Decorator Show House. They can transform it into that.
It
It's really
is.
good.
We're fast.
And
you know?
this take note, Pat. This was a gift to newlyweds by their parents. Do you believe that? Would you give a 7,000 square foot to one of your kids when they get married?
Let me think about that.
All right. So Cheryl, what is going to be exciting about being inside of this? Somebody told me this was dark and eerie.
It's dark and moody.
It's dark and moody. So that's like a big design theme going on right now. So there's dark colors, but it's fun. The cool thing about it, there's so many windows because it's kind of like French Normandy architecture. So there's a lot of windows. So even though some of the spaces that designers use darker colors, which are really en vogue right now, on point, it's still really light. There's purple tile in one of the bathrooms. I think we should have a scavenger hunt too.
Is this original tile? The purple tile?
Yes, it is.
There's a little set of cable cars up in the. What room is that?
Aren't those cool? Like right in the
living room,
The living
the
room when you walk
sitting
into
room?
the left. And then did you see that little balcony where they used to have a
Yeah.
string quartet? Isn't
Now,
that
wait a minute.
cool?
Wait a
really
minute.
cool.
Pat, is this where you're bunking? How do you know all this about the house?
Well, I was invited to the pre-party. You probably weren't.
Why did you get invited to the pre-party? Are you a sponsor?
No, I'm well known in the community. That would be one.
So is John Dillinger, but he's dead.
So
Jenny, you're coming to the pre-party
yeah,
next year too. We'll
you're
get
coming.
You.
No,
Next year.
No. It's an exclusive party for just benefactors, well-known people. And so I was there
I'm your favorite
with my
plumber.
my sweetie Beth, and then our daughter Jenny went.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Cousin, who did you marry?
And
she
we-
invited my partner and she
and
didn't
we-
invite me?
We had some beers out there in the garden and some snacks, and it's just like it was a lovely time. It was a great night, and we caught because it had rained and then it stopped. It was very beautiful.
We
But-
have a lot of connections.
Yeah.
So, we do a lot of rain dances too.
So does IPL.
But
Listen,
but that's what struck me when I walked in. Is like, ooh,
how many
this is
designers?
serious.
How
Give
many
me some
designers
bourbon.
this year? How many designers? You don't drink bourbon.
26 designers, 26
designers.
areas.
Are you guys one of them? Is David one of them?
How many are there?
He is. Yeah, there's 20. You're right. There's 20 designers, and then we have 5
I said
outdoor
26.
areas. Well, so we have 5 outdoor areas. So
I
we
got
have the
that
landscape
close?
Designers, you did.
Wait,
You're
is there
on it.
25?
Yeah.
Price is Right rules. I still lose. I said 26.
You were close, though. You're closer than you've ever been, so I'm going to give it to you, Pat.
No, Jenny, we went to support David Strohmeyer, who
I know.
works for us.
I had to give you good. I had to give really Cheryl a bad time. Is what
He
I had to
actually
do.
won an award, too, for the Topiary Terrace.
Oh, he did?
He did.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot.
That's where I would be hanging out.
How does Lynn Smiley? Lynn Smiley has always been the chair of this, the decorator chair. How does she put up with all the egos? Do they meld well? I mean,
Oh
with
my
the-
gosh, she is our designers. We appreciate them so much, and she has gone back and forth. She's been a deck chair before, but she knows how to really help them showcase the house the best. And our designers, we just appreciate them so much. It's a labor of love for the designers.
You know,
participate.
kindergartner teachers, when a student really doesn't do a good job, say that was okay. That was okay, and I know that next time you'll do better. Does she ever do that?
No,
No.
she is always like, "This is outstanding. I can't even believe you hit it out of the park again."
Yeah. And then, oddly enough, then you're not invited back the next year, and then you realize she was just lying.
I wasn't invited to the first show. All right, so the show opens on April 22nd. You can go online to showhouseindy.org, showhouseindy.org. And the advance tickets, Pat, are $35, but you always say pay at the door.
Pay at the door.
Pay at the door. It's $40 at the door.
Because it goes to a great cause and something that, I'm telling you what, is in our society, is mental health.
Yeah.
And I think it's it's John and Kathy Ackerman Mental Health Professional Development Center.
It's pretty.
You got it. You got it. Keep going.
Mental
At the
health
Sandra Eskenazi Mental Health Center.
all those
Who
big
the
words.
hell put that name together?
Eskenazi. Hey, you know, the funny thing about mental health, Pat, it's
And you
the
know
only
what?
thing where
Actually,
they say
if you spell
take
it
an-
out, it's elephant.
Mental health is not to be sneezed at. It's the one thing that we give people a number and say, we'll get back to you. What I like about Eskenazi and the way they've approached it is they are really trying to give it almost like a drive-through window.
It has to be
Immediate.
accessible.
It has to be quick.
Someone needs to be able to walk up and open a door.
They are making such a difference in our donations. 100% of the proceeds go back to benefit them. And they're really making a difference. Sometimes the pledges are going to the Professional Development Center. We always ask them where they need the most help. So they're training more professionals to be out in the field. And actually, next Saturday, you guys are going to be with us, and we're going to have.
Do I have to bring Pat?
Yeah.
So actually, I'll already be there because another benefit is a sleepover that we all do.
Really?
I mean, the well-known
You're gonna,
people.
You're going to be in the dark room,
the
aren't you?
decorators and the well-known. There's a sleepover.
Will you stop it? You're one
I'm
of the
sorry
cool
that you
kids.
weren't
I'm not one of
invited.
the cool kids. Hammer and Nigel, number
So you're
one.
talking
They're
about
the cool
what
kids.
the things that they need, the development, right? And then I was thinking, one would be a branding expert to figure out a good. That is the longest name I've ever.
I want to give the
you
sponsors
remember
some.
it, though, don't you? See, there you go. You remember it, and we're talking about it. So.
All the proceeds go to the elephant.
I want to thank the sponsors. The National Bank of Indianapolis is the presenting sponsor and have been for many years. But then Priority Painting donated all the interior paint. Ferguson Lighting brought the lighting. Delta, the Brizio faucets, which are the creme de la creme, and California Closets. So they, there's a lot of sponsors, but these are the ones that stepped up big time, as did Sullivan Hardware.
We really appreciate them. We couldn't do this without it, and without the 100 Maggies that volunteer all their time to help pull this off. So there's a ton of women that are behind the scenes, dusting, cleaning, opening the doors, cooking the food for Maggie's
Sweeping,
Petite
doing
Cafe.
everything.
We're going to have shopping. There's going to be some pop-up shops, so a lot of fun things to do. And next Saturday, while you guys are there, there's a blood drive. So if you want to save $5 off that ticket, sign up for time and donate blood.
Is somebody going to be with my friend Lisa? Because last year she tripped down the steps.
Who's Lisa?
Lisa, yeah.
She's my friend. I don't want to call out her last name, but she is so clumsy. She broke her arm or broke her wrist. She had more screws in it than Sullivan Hardware's hardware department. And I think she's all healed up. But is she going to have a walker or somebody walking with her this year?
We probably should, but that is how much these women give. I'm telling you, they even throw themselves down stairways to give for this. So we're so appreciative to have all of them, and we're very appreciative to have you.
Way to sidestep that
Yeah.
whole thing, Cheryl.
Lisa's listening, I hope. Or she'll hear it one way or another, the recording or something.
So what was your favorite room, Pat? You saw lots of interesting things, I'm
Well,
sure.
you know what? My
Outside,
favorite was the
inside?
outside area
Yeah.
from David Strohmeyer, who happens to be the president and CEO of our gift department at Allisonville Nursery.
What is an incinerator box? Because I understand there's an incinerator in this house.
Those things were awesome. Is that out?
There really is. It's in the back corner of the kitchen, and it's a really interesting relic. You'll have
that's
to see
where
it.
all the houses in the 50s had incinerators, usually in the basement, and that's where my brother and Tommy Burnett would go down to smoke because they'd lift the lid, it had a good vacuum, and Mom and Dad never knew they were smoking in the basement.
When I think about that, we had one. We built a house, and my dad built a house in '69.
Yeah.
And put an incinerator, and then part of my job was to go down and take the trash
and burn it.
you're burning
I
the
know.
trash down
Every
there.
house had one.
That's the craziest.
So it'll be fun to
Funny
see that.
times change.
Yeah.
All right, so you're pledging $1 million this year.
It's we're in the
Over-
final the 4 years of completing our $1 million pledge.
Wow.
See how I had
So-
to get that too, because he's looking for $1 million this year. But he
We
doesn't
need to
re-
get a lot of people there.
He doesn't do the
I
prep
did let her
work,
marry
Cheryl.
my cousin, okay? I expect a little bit more than just pastries that Cuz made this morning.
Hey, it's easy too. Parking's going to be right around there, 5676
You know what?
North Penn.
It is really nice
It is.
because
Taking
you're
the
on
shuttle
Penn.
last year was not fun.
Right. So you're on Penn, and there's lots of parking and stuff, and
super easy. It's going to be super fun. Like
the nice thing is the
said.
neighbors will allow you just pull into their drives, and that
No, they
will be
won't.
fine.
No, they won't.
On the street might be a better choice, but they have a lot of nice neighbors, and we definitely appreciate
Do you think that's a big deal? Okay, maybe
Cheryl,
not.
Cheryl Smith has come in from the Indy show home, and my cousin Dwayne is driving Miss Daisy and drives her up here and takes care of all that. But thanks for coming in, filling us in. It starts on Tuesday. You can buy the tickets at showhouseindy.org. You can do them for $35. Heck, if you buy them, don't you have that bring 10 friends and save a whole bunch?
Absolutely, you can buy a bundle for $300. So you
No,
save
I
money.
wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. I would pay $40 each because
There
then
you
there's
go.
more money going to the cause.
You're right, Pat.
and that's what it's for.
Well, thanks for coming in. Good luck. Break a leg, all that type of stuff. Thanks for sharing again with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you
Cheryl,
next week.
I'll see you tonight at the evening swing
That's right.
over at the show house.
What is it, a sleepover?
Yeah. No. This is where we bring in three chefs, I think.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a culinary experience and 7 wines.
Yes, and he's
So-
doing dessert. This was just a warm up.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and it's for some of the well-known people.
I love you, Pat.
We can't wait to see you guys next weekend.
Let's break.
All right. See you guys. We're coming right back with more 93 W.
Next week, we will be at the Indy Home Show, 5970-something on North Pennsylvania. And it's a great show. We hope you can come on out there. My thanks to Cheryl and my crazy cousin, Dwayne, from coming in. All right, Pat, did you swallow?
Good morning. Welcome back. Did you already start?
Yeah.
Turn on Tara's mic. Spank.
Thank you. The pastries are outstanding.
They are.
Oh my goodness gracious!
You know,
So
my
Cheryl's
cousin,
husband came in, and he's usually off air, but he's always very kind. And today he made us pastries with Nutella inside, and I am dying. Those were so good.
So good.
It's like a puff pastry on the outside. So
You know,
good.
I just realized, Allison, you've become what I was when I was starting in radio in my 30s.
Yeah.
And I was filling in the blanks constantly for Dick Crumb.
I truly try to do that every week, and
That's-
sometimes
I
I
mean,
just don't have the energy.
we all have our
Dick would talk about something from
you
last
fill it in.
week, and so I'm constantly filling
Yep.
in. I realize you are now filling in what I say.
Oh wow, the tables have turned.
Yes, they have.
Wow.
It will happen to you too one day,
if
Allison.
you-
Can't wait.
It's just part of getting older.
If you look at our YouTube, we even have labeled who is Pat. The three of us will share a camera, but what are you doing, Patrick?
What are
What?
you talking about?
Oh, I'm looking at. There's a delay. I thought he was making fun of me, and I'm looking at the delay on the YouTube channel. Anyway, Pat is labeled. You can't miss him.
Pat.
Actually, it's your other hand.
Was it? Pat.
There you go.
Trucker Matt joins us on the program. Hey, Matt.
Oh,
Hey, good morning, guys.
been a
How are you?
while.
Long time. It has been a while. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm watching you on your YouTube live stream. Looking good, everybody.
Nice. Did you get that truck fixed?
Get the truck fixed.
Didn't you have a
I've
tr-
got it for sale now.
Oh, that's what it was. You were trying to sell the truck.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell the truck. I instead of driving a truck, now I'm doing big truck alignments.
Okay. How much you want for it, Matt?
$27,000.
All right,
That
Denny,
seems
get
reasonable.
your credit card.
Is that a? Are we talking about a truck like an 18-wheeler? Or what is it?
Yeah,
Kind? Is
just semi.
Yeah,
It's a semi?
wheeler with a sleeper. Yeah,
What year is it?
got it. 2014. It's got a 12.7 liter Detroit pre-emission. No e-logs needed. I can't believe that thing hasn't sold yet.
Does it come with a trailer?
No.
No, just the bobtail.
Just okay.
Are the tires in good shape?
The tires are almost new, Denny. The
All right.
steer tires were about 2 months before I retired, and the drive tires are also pretty darn new.
Man, I tell you what, there's some times I could use a
semi?
semi.
Be cool to
Bring it on
have.
up, Pat.
Well, Matt, how do they find you? Give us a number. So if we're going to sell this for you, what's the number where they can reach you?
Thanks, Denny. It's 317-209-6517.
6517.
I can't imagine driving a semi with all of the construction on every
I know.
road and everything blocked and everything just a mess. I watch the semis trying to get around downtown and around, roundabouts and everything that they keep getting thrown at them, driving country roads because they can't get to the, to the interstate. It's just, I couldn't do it. I don't have the patience for it.
Well, Matthew.
You know what's crazy?
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. What's crazy?
What's crazy is the street racers. The street racers on 38th Street are riding about 100 mile an hour.
Man, I understand.
They're unreal.
Very frustrating.
It's such a problem.
It is such a problem. It's such a problem. But nowadays they're calling these some of these lanes that they're fixing, like US 40. I think they're calling it they're dieting the lanes.
Yes, they've been
to
doing
make
that
them
in
slow down, to make
Indianapolis, yeah.
people slow down, so they get it down to one lane and try to keep people in a long line and slow down.
Yeah, which for people that follow the law, it's really annoying. They just did that to Kessler.
Yeah. The Keystone's a little portion of Keystone off of 38.
That's right. They've shrunk it down, but Kessler, they went from 4 lanes to just
Brought
2.
to you by
really?
the people who brought you the red line and the purple line.
That's right. Well, that's
and
what
the
they,
blue.
in some ways, that's kind of what, and maybe I get it, but it's kind of what they want to do. They're trying to push everyone to
know
public transportation, and that's really not their job.
But
Because
they've
this
got
is
billions of dollars.
America,
They get billions
and we
of
can get
dollars.
around however we want, and right now we love our cars.
For God's sakes, don't turn it over to the legislature. Matthew, you had a question
I'm sorry.
besides the truck.
I do. I woke up this morning to the sound of raccoons that scaled up to the second story, and they're doing their best to rip down the vents. And is it the soffit, Denny, that's underneath the eaves? Is that
Yeah,
right?
and if they're tearing that down, you got some
man.
issues that might even take some scaffolding. Are they still in the attic? Did they get in?
No, they got in last year, and so last year I had to do the boombox trick, get them out, and then do the repairs. What I'm wondering is they're attacking the houses around us. What can I do to make it easier for them to get in the neighbor's house than mine?
Trap them if you can.
You know what? I would put some peanut butter over there. I would get Jiffy, Crunchy, and smear it on their house. Okay.
Oh, the neighbors?
Yeah.
Oh, so they don't get to him.
That's right.
Oh, it's like the slowest runner. The bear gets him. Okay, I got it.
That's right. And then maybe some apples. Maybe put some apples over there.
I would call
last
the
year I didn't know. Last year I didn't know what was doing it at first. I went up there and repaired them, and I'm like, what could possibly be like hanging up here under the house?
They're probably going
these
for
things down?
insects. They're probably going for insects or something like that. But I would call the Department of Natural Resources and say, you got any suggestions for raccoons that are attacking the house?
No, I would just get some animal repellent,
So
spray it on those areas.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Diddy, it's that time of the year. The mamas are having their babies and they're looking for nesting. It happens this time of the year every year.
That's right. So I would put some apples and some peanut butter over at your neighbors, and that should take care of it.
Pat.
No, Pat's right.
You need a second ago.
What is it? Critter Ritter? I can't remember.
Repellent?
No.
You know what? There's several different animal repellents that cover raccoons. Critter Ritter is one, and then Tomcat has one as well that will cover raccoons.
Okay, you wouldn't happen to have that in your store at 70.
We do. Aisle 15 on the right.
Aisle 15 on the right.
Yeah,
All right.
last section.
And I will say that section was priced because I saw my grandson with the pricing mechanisms, and he was actually pricing all that stuff.
That's right, he was.
He was. You trust him with a grading gun.
Matt, it's great hearing from you.
See you, brother.
Good. We'll look forward to seeing you at Turkey Fest.
And if you want to buy a truck, a used truck,
$27,500.
It is a semi, brand new rubber, 317-209-6517.
Let's see. Let's go ahead. We'll take George Faber, and then we'll come back and we'll take your calls at 239-9393. But right now, George Faber from Faber B Window joins us on the program. Hey, George.
Hey, Pat. Hey, you forgot about the other major repellent for raccoons. That's a 12-gauge shotgun.
You know what?
That's a duck hunter there. He's not mincing any words.
Says the guy that's selling siding.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, just start shooting at your house, and that should get rid of it. And then if the siding is a problem, you can give me a call.
Yeah, Trucker Matt, if you're still listening, you might be able to trade George the siding for a $27,500 truck. You want a new semi, George?
No, I don't need a semi, Denny.
Yeah, boy. Well,
what's going on at B Window?
Well, it's that time of year. It's time. We call it project time when everyone's thinking about what projects they're going to do on their home, and whether it's our great Infinity by Marvin windows or doors or siding or our beautiful bass or our beautiful take a screen room and turn it into a dream room. It's project time, and one of the things we're doing to try to help people with this is that you pay nothing down right now on a project, and it's not pay nothing for 6 months or 12 months. It's no payments, no interest, no down payment for 18 months on any of our projects that we have on your home. And that allows you to be able to, from a budget standpoint, look at other things that you have expense-wise and be able to fit it into your budget. Also, when you look at a home improvement project, you're really not spending money, you're investing money, because for most people, their home is one of their largest investments. And we know what real estate has done over the last 4 or 5 years. So improvements in real estate in your home, the payback on that is typically tremendous. So it's an awesome finance program, 18 months, no interest, no payments, no down payment for any of projects that you're thinking about on your home.
There you go. George, thanks for spending a little time with us. So you can have one of a B employee owner come out to your home, and you can set up a little something. Just give them a call at 800-233-0169. 800-233-0169. You set an appointment. They're not it's pretty low pressure. They can show you, answer all your questions. They can use the computer if it's an outside project to show you what it'll look like, whether it's windows, siding, the whole bit. And it's just it's a great deal, and it's a local craftsman. So again, bwindow.com.
B-Window, trust me.
Sullivan, Denny Smith, Terry Stacy, Allison Lemons, and Ethan. Saturday's Home and Garden program brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Wow. I don't think Shakespeare could have done that any better.
A.A. Ron joins us on the program.
Hey, it's A.A. Ron. You are right. How you guys doing?
We're doing well, thank you.
Thanks. Hey, I've got two things. One is for Denny. I've got ants coming into my house, and I've had one company that supposedly is supposed to get back to me, and I was kind of hoping that maybe you guys would have somebody locally, not one of these great big, industry things, that would be able to take care of that stuff.
Yes, but I will tell you that I'm not the expert on ants. I think Pat Sullivan has done 10 times more with ants. But here's the phone number that you need. It's total. You got a pencil?
Give me just a second here.
All right.
Yeah, hold on just a second.
Whose number do you have?
I have Vince Povinelli.
Okay.
Total pest control. Who do you use?
Termite Tony.
Termite Tony. We all
and he's a good guy.
Vince Povinelli is the best, and it is a local business. And but I just have always appreciated him. You can find him at total-pestcontrol.com, but the phone number that I reach him at is 317-357-1300. 357-1300, and it's Total Exterminating Company. Okay.
Gotcha.
He's a good guy.
Okay, and I have one shout out. And Denny, you might know about it. I know you live like at 159th Street or whatever.
In Carmel.
But
Westfield.
in Carmel.
Westfield.
Right.
I'm going to hang up on you.
Exactly, yeah. 146th Street's the border, I know.
No, that's right.
There's a creamery called Dandy's off of, I think it's 1100 East in Boone County, that's just simply fantastic, and I'd like to give a shout out to them and to Terry.
What's
and
the north? Okay,
everybody.
Are they north of 32, south of 32? Where are they?
They're north of 32.
Okay.
They're actually north of Indy, just north and a little bit west of Indy Executive.
Oh, okay. I probably fly over them then.
And that's
you
it's
probably
called
do.
Dandy's.
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 Yes.
Terry Stacy
They
has
are the
Terry
best.
has written a little jingle. Go ahead, Terry.
Dandies, dandies, who doesn't love dandies? Dandies, dandies, D-A-N-D-Y-S. It's dandies for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Who needs
That's
AI?
right.
You're not going to get that on weekday afternoons.
That's right.
Right. Well, thank you guys very much, and I hope you have a happy Easter. Praise the Lord, and there you go.
Happy Easter.
Yes.
A.A. Ron.
What was praise the Lord and pass the ammunition? That's what I heard.
Anyone ever? I love that skit. What's the name? It's
Key and Peel.
Keel and Peel.
Key and Peel.
Peel.
It's two guys.
Two people.
They had a sketch comedy show, and they did this sketch about a substitute teacher, but he was
He had to deal with Anglo names.
So yes, it was a play on the African American teacher having a hard time pronouncing the white children's name.
Yeah, so you
And
take
so
really
that's-
simple names. And
Aaron. 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 And they're not raising their hands because they don't recognize their name.
And they're like, you mean Aaron?
Yeah. D nice. D nice. Denise.
If you go on YouTube, it's
And
still
then
there.
it
It's
finally
funny.
sends somebody down to Oshag Hennessy. You mean Mr. O'Shaughnessy? So funny. One of the best.
We're going to get in trouble for that one.
No.
Hi.
It's funny.
Okay, so now we don't have enough time for a call.
No.
But
hey,
yeah,
listen,
now
everybody
yes,
in
go
Hancock
ahead.
County, we're worried about Tuttles and the big data center. There's meetings that are planned, the big data center that will come pretty close to their property. The experience of Tuttles out in that beautiful country atmosphere could change and probably will change, but they're sure asking for support. I'm asking for your support for them. If you care about Tuttles, Orchard, been out there for over 90-some years. Hancock County, you can just Google it. Channel 8's been running a story on it and others as well, but we love our Tuttles family. They've been around a long time.
Tell me what was there. Was it just farm?
It's just farm and fields, and that's part of the experience is driving out there where there's still just a very rare to find a little country left.
So is the ask that they need to change it from agriculture to commercial?
There's a lot to it, so just check it out if you care about Tuttles.
Well, we have
if you've been a
7
good
seconds,
customer.
so you think you could go into it? Hour number 3 is coming up, 93 WIBC.
Well, some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys. That really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools. Power tools. Power tools. Power tools. Yeah, you just plug them.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, brother.
Happy Passover. You know, in Europe, they say Merry Easter. Did you know that? Or is that Happy Christmas? Do they say Happy Christmas?
Yeah,
or
it's
Merry
Happy
Easter?
Christmas.
Happy Christmas?
You know, it's hard for me to take you seriously because you're telling people they don't need to pull permits, and now you're talking about
I just said it was optional.
Merry Easter. I've never heard that.
I think it's Happy Christmas. I think that's what I'm thinking.
You know, I got a feeling that regular Jeff is calling us about backflow prevention devices. So for our poor guy whose basement flooded.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey, good morning.
I thought it might be you. How are you, buddy?
You're right. Fine, thank you. So for the gentleman that called in about the backflow preventer, the first thing I would suggest is go down through that drain and have it cameraed. Because before you go busting your floor up and switching that drain and put the backflow preventer, which normally on a slab, even in a basement, it's only about 18 inches deep, but he could also be 9 foot on the outside. So as far as your contractor is going to be able to pull the permit, okay?
Do you need a permit for that, Jeff?
Of course, and the reason is that it's make you get it because this is why. Whenever you mess with a lateral on your property, you may think that's your property, but it flows into the main that Citizens is responsible for.
Well,
Okay,
the
so
same could be
now-
said about your toilet and your sink. The problem is that the lateral is actually considered your property.
Well, not anymore, Danny.
Oh, boy.
Now, here, just like the water, you used to be responsible, and then since Citizens run the water now in a meter pit, now you're responsible for it all the way to the main. Okay? Seriously, because they're losing money. Yes. And
So
I'm
if
telling
something
you the
goes
truth.
wrong, you have to retap the main in ductile iron?
In copper. Or
No,
I think
the
that-
mains are usually ductal iron, but you have to do your own tap.
Ductile iron?
Just a minute.
He's talking about the main water mains in the street, but anyway,
use
it used
English.
to be an easement. Now it's to the first poured section for the sewer, and they
Good
want to
Lord.
clean out on the outside. So my whole deal is that getting it before you install this backflow preventer, make sure that the tile has
That's really. I'm sure any reputable plumber that would come in would go ahead and camera it anyway. But that is really good advice, Jeff. Thanks.
Yep, that's all I was curious.
Jeff,
Trying to
could
help
you
out.
just, if a homeowner wanted to do it themselves, can you just take your cell phone and tape a cable onto it?
Really want to put it down into that, but we won't get into
Hey,
washing
Jeff,
your toilet seats in the
speaking of
washer like Hammer was doing.
Yeah, Jeff, speaking of permits, I know you and your brother have the property out in Los Angeles. I did see a report that only 4 building permits have been issued to restore the area. Have you guys tried to get a building permit to restore?
No, we're nowhere near that situation right now. We're still litigating.
What a joke. What a joke. Every
And
time
that's
government
all.
gets involved in something, it's just a joke.
We're not sure if the fire started, kind of like Hawaii, and I know I'm a conspiracy idiot, but I mean, maybe they want to buy all the property up. Maybe Oprah needs some property. No offense, Oprah, but
Well,
you know what I mean.
that's what they said. That's what they said about
no idea.
Maui, and of course, an argument could be made, but it's a different show. That show is called George Norrie, and you can pick it up before 5 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, brother.
Okay, man. We'll see you.
All right, see you, Jeff.
Bye. He's a very knowledgeable guy. I feel
He is
bad, but
very knowledgeable.
This idea that you go out to L.A. and your house burns down and you can't even buy a building permit. You can't do anything. They're just
They had
that
the same
incompetent.
issues with the hurricanes in Florida.
It's
How
just
slow
nuts.
they. Nathan joins us on the program. Hey, Nathan.
Hi there.
Hi.
I just heard a little bit ago about the guy that had the ant problem.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that major ant problem a couple times the past couple of years, and what I did was waited till like 10 o'clock at night when it got dark. I got a flashlight and just scanned around the house, and I found out where they were coming in, and there was like a 6-lane highway of ants coming down the side of our house out to our trees. So I just followed them out there and found where their nest was. Was able just to put some Sevin dust and took care of it.
That's a great idea. Yeah, it's you know what, and I think ants is. We appreciate your call, Nathan. I do think ants is something that if you have the time, you can solve yourself as a homeowner. I don't think you generally need a exterminator for that.
If you read the label's the law in the state of Indiana. If you do what's the law as far as application of any pesticide or herbicide, it's on the label, and you don't need and somebody to do that as long as you can read.
If you keep talking about this permits and this following the instructions, we're going to make you wear your Eagle Scout
Nathan, thank you.
uniform in here.
Nathan, you're welcome to take my place here any Saturday morning. It's 9 to 1. Just give me a call. You can put up with it.
No, you're right, Denny. Always follow the label instructions. But you can certainly treat outside. You can do a band treatment around the outside of your home. You can use a liquid spray that hooks up to your hose, and you come out about 5 foot, up about 2 to 3 foot, and then try to do the windowsills and the any stoops that you have. And then inside, if they're sweet-eating ants, I like those little taro traps.
Those are the best.
And they just,
Which are boric acid and something else. I can't remember what else is in there, but it's just a very simple.
It used to be something they banned, which would be...
They weren't as effective then.
It was...
You'll think of it. You'll think of it.
Cyanide or something like that.
While you're doing that, I was thinking, you said Boy Scout. There was only 2 times I almost got kicked out of Boy Scouts, and I was a camp counselor. I worked in the kitchen my first year. I was 14 years old, but I knew how to drive a truck. So the semi pulls up, and he parks right where he shouldn't, and we couldn't unload the truck. So we kept waiting for the driver to come back, and he never came back. So I got in the truck and moved the truck. It was a semi, and you'd have thought that I had burned down the camp. I mean, I had never been dressed down. I mean, the camp director, the people in the kitchen, they were yelling at me. I said, hey, I couldn't unload the truck. I moved it. Second one was I buried the camp truck in a mulch pile. The Power and Light would come out and dump all their mulch from everything. And we would use that to mulch. And I was 14 years old, and, Lester let me drive the truck.
So this was in the 40s?
It's in the 60s. So anyway, I back up the truck, and it lurched, and it went into the mulch pile, and the whole mulch pile fell off and buried the truck.
Really?
Just as the camp ranger came by, and again, almost got kicked out of Scouts. So I don't know.
Wow, you know what? That could have changed my whole life.
What, getting thrown out of Boy Scouts?
Yeah, because I would have lost all that material. Joining us on the
Speaking
program.
of which, though, before you do that, don't you have a mulch sale? You don't have to go out to the Boy Scout camp.
We do have a mulch sale.
Yeah, and it's better than going to the
4
Power and
bags
Light.
for $15. It's the Scott's dyed mulch.
Black or brown?
Either one.
Yeah.
Can I
like
mix
to
and
mix
match?
them. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, a checkerboard style.
This is kind
like
of
the Masters.
Now, this is kind of interesting. I'd like to report this.
Okay.
Black mulch generally outsells the brown mulch 2 to 1.
Why?
Really? I would have guessed opposite.
And in 1 year, it has flipped. And I don't know if it has something to do with Trump.
Peer pressure.
Or what it is.
Peer pressure. Yeah.
Joining us on the program, a well-known entertainer and retailer, Dave Wilson.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are we?
Dave,
We're
welcome.
doing good, Dave. How are you?
Welcome to the retail
good.
business.
Well, it's going really well. We're going to have a big day today, we hope, and we're getting everything all dialed in for May and spring and that kind of thing. And Santa's pitched up. And I was just wondering, Pat, have the tariffs from China affected you yet?
You know what? Yes, they are starting to, and in ways not so much the pricing yet, but it is like Weber Grill, Traeger have all gone up. But it's the supply thing. So we carry a really nice line of women's gloves. I ordered 24 different SKUs of women's gloves and received 4.
Oh no!
Wow!
And they just said nobody's shipping.
I'll tell you where I'm seeing it. Have you ordered Chinese food lately?
No.
Get some Chinese food and look at the fortune cookies. Oh my goodness!
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I opened one last night. It said, "I hope a panda poops in your front yard."
Wow.
Oh, that's an attitude
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, another one that goes, "You have no lucky numbers." The other one says, "We've reported you to the IRS."
Wow.
And the scariest one was, that meat and beef and broccoli, that's not really beef. So they're retaliating in many different ways.
So they're retaliating in kind of, wow.
Yeah.
It's not good, though, Dave. And now that you're a retailer, you have to worry about this,
Right, yeah. Yeah, you got to look at the big picture. But, the Chinese fortune cookies, that scared me the most. Anyhow, I had to share that with you.
Well, I'm glad you did.
It was burning a hole in my brain.
Tell me, now, so how is things, because when does the traffic in Speedway, because of obviously the race and the festivities, when does it really get underway?
Well, with the opening of the museum, we had a lot of traffic from people. We had people from Minnesota, Pennsylvania, California that came in the store that had come into town just to see the museum.
Oh, the museum, okay.
Yeah, and then we have next week they have the open test on the Oval, and that's going to be bringing a lot of people in. But coming the 1st of May, people will start coming in, and traffic will really start picking up. And I got how it is. You're always guessing. Even a seasoned person like you, Pat, you're kind of guessing on what's going to sell, what's going to go, what's not going to go. And of course, we're newbies, so this is our first May. We still have a lot of Christmas, and we're have a lot of Christmas items, but trying to get the right Indian. I want 500 memorabilia in there, and so I've got signed helmets, autographed helmets, autographed pictures. I've got Captain Eddie Rickenbacker autographed picture. Wilbur Shaw, Kelly Patella, who won the 35 500 autograph pictures. So just a variety of different things. And we've got some neat T-shirts, I think, that people will enjoy. We have one of my favorite T-shirts, and it's been our biggest seller so far. And the story goes that a few years ago, Tony George was having dinner with Andy Granatelli. You remember Andy Granatelli from STP?
Yep.
And Andy Granatelli looked at Tony George and said, "Tony, describe to me the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in 10 words or less." And Tony said, "Its spirit touches all who enter."
Wow. And
I just thought that's the coolest thing. So we have T-shirts that say that on there and a bunch of different other things. So
Dave, what do you think? Because, obviously you have to follow the trends. What are the colors this year for the race, do you think? I know last year was black and white. So black
and white.
Black and white again.
Perfect. There's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually the great thing about being by the track. Those colors aren't going to change. We have to worry about that in our gift shop because truly Christmas, you get different color themes, but by gosh, when that race rolls around, it's black and white, baby.
It's black and white. And I can't see all of a sudden a brown and white flag closing out the 109th Indianapolis 500. It's going to be a black and white checkered flag. I don't think any trends can change that.
All right. Dave, what's the name of that shop again?
It's Santa's Pit Stop Christmas Shopping Gifts on Main Street in beautiful downtown Speedway, Indiana.
And you're right by the ice cream place or something, aren't you?
Right next door to the Fun Days Ice Cream, right across the street from Dawson's.
How do you get along with the ice cream people? Is there tension?
No. Although it's difficult because, man, you smell them waffle cones cooking all day.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to stay put. You know what I'm saying? You smell those waffle cones.
So please tell me you don't have a sign on the door that says no food or drink.
No, Lord, no. Come on
Let
in.
them in, baby. We'll clean it up.
mop.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll clean that up.
Well, and today we got 2 shop dogs. We've got the Corgi, our new Corgi, little Noelle. She's our shop dog. She's in there. And then the world famous Mary Holman, my little dog that I've had for several years. We got 2 shop dogs in there. So today, if anybody drops anything on the floor, we got it handled.
There you go. Dave Wilson, everybody. Dave, great to hear from you, man. Take
Good
care.
to talk to you. See ya.
A friend of mine, Rick Wagner, when he became athletic director at Bishop Chatard, first thing he did, they had signs for the gym, no food or drink allowed. He took those babies right down.
Good.
Because, that helps the budget.
Yeah. Well, what does the sign say right outside of our studio?
No food or drink
in studio.
And look at the floor.
Yeah.
I know.
That proves that wrong.
I tell you what, we did really good for about a week.
In 1998?
Yeah.
So that was December of 98.
Is what we did it for. We followed
That's
it for a
pretty
week.
funny, Terry.
Yeah.
I mean, we did really well for a week.
Really good for a week. Did they ever do a follow-up email?
Like, what do you mean?
I mean, hey, so we noticed some of you guys, we found some chicken.
Oh, yeah, those came out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a few of those.
We
Nobody ever fessed up, and it went away.
That's
and look at the
right.
carpet.
Now all we get is those day people, the weak people, complaining about what we leave in the studio.
I know.
They're a bunch of sissies. Hammer and
Rob
Nigel.
said the other day too about Ethan Hatcher. Ethan was watching them on the YouTube part of the chat, and Rob Kendall said, "Ethan, this is why you're on when you're on, and I'm on when I'm on."
What?
And I was
Hammer
like,
Nigel
wow.
would never say that.
No,
He really has divided us.
Hammer and Nigel are pigs like us.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
don't-
they're
they-
going to leave
yeah,
stuff
they don't
around. They
care.
don't care, but
They'll eat whatever we leave.
I challenge right now. I challenge Rob Kendall to a 3-round wrestling match.
Whoa.
Oh, leg wrestling or regular wrestling?
Regular wrestling in the nude.
Roman Greco.
Oh, you're going to do
with
it
vegetable
naked.
oil, with vegetable oil or baby oil.
Oh.
I mean, you got to make it slippery.
Coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
Wrestling.
That'd be good.
Rob Kendall,
Like it.
Pat Sullivan.
Yeah.
3 rounds.
Here's the problem with Rob. He's so obsessive compulsive. He's going to demand a certain type of cabbage. That's the problem.
He's, you know what?
Has to be grown in Brownsburg.
Yeah.
That's my secret weapon is I know where to put the cabbage to make him
We love Rob.
quit.
Seriously, this is just part of our family
No,
fun.
we don't. No.
Did you know he was a building inspector in Brownsburg?
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, I knew he had to
Was
have a second job.
He just says that he's a bartender. He's a building inspector.
He's all the things.
We're coming right back with more. Hi. Welcome back.
Dolly Parton is one of my favorite singers of all time, and if you have not heard the tribute that she sang to her husband who just passed away, if it hadn't been you, there wouldn't have been me or something. It's a very touching tribute to her husband, and I don't know how she got through singing it. But if you haven't heard it, it's Dolly Parton's newest.
That's a good one. It's a lead into the expression of got a match?
No, I ask you. I say, hey, Pat, you have a match?
All right,
Yeah.
so here's how it gets there. I was an
Say it.
No, you can say my butt.
Your butt?
When I was a plumber,
I needed a match. I was going to light a marshmallow on fire, and I
always
asked
had
Jenny if he had a match, and you said,
my butt and your face. And the idea is that I didn't smoke. All the plumbers that I worked with smoked, and they all had lighters or whatever, but I was the one that had to start the lead pot. So I was trying to start the lead pot, and I yell over, I yell over to Will True. I say, Will, I need a match. He goes, my in your face. And I go, huh? And that's the same reaction I got from Terry. So my butt in your face. I'm surprised people haven't heard that before.
Pat tried to repeat it, but he reversed it.
He
I
reversed
did
it and
not
said it was,
reverse it. I had it right. I'm
you said
sure
it was
of it.
my behind in your face
That would be
when I asked you for a match.
Anyway,
That's going to get me in trouble with my wife.
there are so many plumbing things that I can't say on air anymore. Oh, my gosh.
We better go right to Dave.
Yeah.
Hi, Dave.
Boy.
Hi, how are you? Really enjoy your guys' show,
Yeah,
and especially Craft Corner.
Oh,
Well, that's coming up.
bless you. Thank you.
That's
This one
coming
is going
up.
to be dedicated to you.
Wow.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
I've got a question for Denny. I always listen to the show, and Denny, you've often talked about if you got a well to get it checked regularly. I have a buddy who bought a place down in Dearborn County, and there's an old well, and I just wonder if you have any recommendations down southeast Indiana who to get to check out this guy's well.
I would still call C&J. They do go all over the state, especially with their big rigs. But as far as testing, I would try C&J, 317-852-WELL. And is it a shallow well or is it a deep well? Does it have casing?
I don't know. It's an old place. He doesn't know much about it.
Okay.
He was just he asked me because I'm actually a county health officer, and I said, well, I listen to WIBC Saturday morning, and I know just the person to ask.
Yeah.
I would probably call Termite Tony. He can do anything.
See what I got to put up with here,
Yeah.
Dave? No, C&J, 852-WELL, but area code 317, okay?
Thank you very much. Enjoy your show.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you,
luck
Dave.
to you. Dearborn County, is that Washington, Indiana? I'm trying to remember where that is. Oh, well.
What should we do here?
We should take a call.
One-
no, we're at the bottom of the hour. I'm sorry. Ethan's going to throw something at me.
What do you want?
How on schedule do you want to be?
Don't ask him that.
Saturday's Home and Garden program brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Glitter, stickers, buttons, and beads, doodles and doodads, you gotta see. We're gonna have a crafty-rific time. I got scissors, ribbons,
Ladies
tape,
and gentlemen,
glue,
boys and
I like
girls,
to make things too.
the segment that's sweeping the countryside. People talk, people chat, they gossip. It's Craft Corner with
Wow.
Terry, Stacy, and Allison Lemon.
Hi, thanks for joining us.
You can watch us on Facebook Live right now, Home and Garden, Indiana, or you can just listen to us on the radio.
It's our Easter edition. And what we're going to do for you today, and Denny, please, and Pat also, please let us know who's on there so we can say hello and happy Easter to them when they're there.
Comments will soon appear here or on.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you for being here. We're going to need this. This is what we're doing.
I don't know what that means.
We are going to be dyeing marshmallows rather than Easter eggs this year because this is a viral sensation.
Oh, yes. Everyone's complaining because the eggs are very expensive. So people are trying to find alternate things. I've seen potatoes, which I think would be a disaster. But marshmallows, I think will be fun.
I think they're fun. I'm not having fun yet, I will tell you. So what you're going to get is your craft, to do your craft, you're going to get your campfire giant marshmallows because these are
huge.
Kind of the size of an egg. Kind of the size of an egg. You're also going to need a muffin tin or cups to put all of your different dyes in there. Just your regular, whatever you would dye your Easter eggs with. Here's the difference. You're not going to use vinegar. You're just going to use water and then your gel dyes or your dyes, whatever kind you have. Here's mine.
So what is the normal use for a giant marshmallow?
Campfire.
Yeah.
Make a beautiful s'more.
Or just eat them right
Or
off
just
the
eat them
stick.
like I just light them with a. I really
it just
truly
looks
light
like
them at
a
home and
choke
eat them.
food. It looks
It's
like
so good.
I guess you could plop it in a hot chocolate.
They fit perfect in your cup of hot chocolate. Anyway, get your campfire marshmallows or whatever you have at home if you don't already. I will tell you that these campfire marshmallows cost $3.49
for how many?
for a gob of them. Okay,
A whole gob.
a whole bunch of them, a big bag. So your eggs right now are costing about what, $4.99 is what I saw them at the other day. So I'm not sure if this all equates to exactly the same because you're also going to want some chocolate frosting because you can want to make. We're going to be making some chicks, as you can see.
Kathleen
out of
said,
them.
"Hi, Terry."
Hi,
It's kind of
Kathleen.
like our own version of Peeps.
Yeah, it is kind of. You're going to take that, which is again just my giant marshmallow, which I have dipped in my yellow food coloring, and then added 2 chocolate eyes and a couple of orange M&Ms to make the beak, and then your feet.
Connie is watching.
Connie.
Margie. I think it's Margie. Maybe. Happy Easter to everyone. Tammy. Good morning. Happy Easter.
Hi,
David
everybody.
is watching. Larry. Dana looks like fun. She says, and Barry is watching. His last name is Sullivan.
Oh, Barry Sullivan.
Beverly says Happy Easter.
Happy Easter,
David,
Beverly.
it just goes on and on. Susan,
Oh,
of
I'm so
course, our
glad.
regular. Janice Tuttle.
Oh,
is watching.
Janice, are you with the Tuttle family? Because I am here to support you, as so many thousands others are in Hancock County and beyond.
There you go.
If not, well, hello, Mrs. Tuttle. So anyway, you're gonna get your dyes. You're gonna put them in with your water and put them in the muffin tins because that makes it just a little bit easier and easy cleanup. You're gonna need a little cookie rack so that they can dry on once you dip them, and that's basically it. And
What's
it's
the
just
water for?
The water was to add to make my dyes.
Water for the
Yeah,
dye. Okay.
and then you'll need your chocolate icing if you want to make the chicks that we've made with the yellow marshmallows. You can do that too. They stay in there for a few minutes, and then you'll let them dry on the rack, and then maybe you'll do the other side. But you can also get edible markers, which I did not get. But you could color on them and dye, and once they get colored, maybe put some color, like turn them into bunnies or whatever you want to, or just fun designs on the marshmallows themselves. So this is just an alternative to actually dyeing eggs this year. And again, a viral oh boy, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get the dipper things. Hold on.
Oh no, it's
okay.
very slippery.
Here's what I know. It is slippery. This is why I wasn't having fun.
You know what? I need to make a correction. There's another Terry on our YouTube, and Kathleen was saying hi to her, not to you.
Oh, to the Miss Tuttle? Oh no, Kathleen. The
No.
other one was before the Tuttle.
Yeah, so they're not.
They're not talking to me at all.
Not talking to you at all.
It's okay.
I just want to make that correction.
I'm glad they're having a good time. So they are slippery, and if you leave them in too long, they start to kind of dissolve a little bit. Nobody tells you that in the viral stuff.
This is big news.
Yeah, what is it?
Culinary Adventures with Pam is watching.
Oh, that makes me nervous.
Culinary Adventures
They're
with Pam.
probably going to do
So
a
Pam,
feature.
What do you think about this? I mean, again, I didn't make this up. This is an idea that's out there.
I think they're going to do a feature.
Oh boy, would that be great! You might want to add tongs, maybe. I don't know, maybe some tongs
Or if you
to
have
move
those,
them in or
some
out,
chopsticks from
or
like
chopsticks, and you can stick
takeout?
them in and take them out.
Yeah.
That's a good option.
I like these little chicks though.
Yeah, the chick is fun, but they do need to dry, and they do take a minute to dry before you start writing on them with your edible stuff or whatever you want to do to them. Okay, this is it. Happy Easter to you all. I hope you enjoyed it. This is not my favorite craft. I don't
wait
love
a minute.
it.
Don't
but
no. Sell it, baby. Sell it.
I don't really love
I like it. I think kids
No.
will love it. I mean,
Slimy.
who doesn't like a marshmallow? It is a little slimy, but that's okay. That's part of the fun. It's
Yeah,
just,
it is. It's
sure
not the
looks
same
good.
as dyeing eggs.
And I will say, dyeing eggs is also still messy. So
It's still messy, but I just like it. I just like that tradition.
Yeah, it
But
is
you know
this
what?
is different.
You're a well-known radio personality and can afford the $5 for the eggs.
Yeah, you're right.
She's
No, you're
loaded.
right. I just thought this might be fun
loaded,
for,
that's right.
for maybe, like the other people.
Yeah, the poor people,
The peasants.
the peasants.
No, this is just a nice alternative, just something different, and I think the kids really would
Okay.
like it.
That's better
No, wait,
with the
just a
knife.
minute. I am having fun with this one.
Look,
So I
Diddy, look.
apologize.
Oh wait,
I am having fun
now,
with this one.
Now Terry says hi to Terry Stacy,
Oh, hi, Terry.
and then Kathleen says hi, Allison.
Oh,
so
so
I
they
don't know.
totally woke it up. Okay.
Gosh, I hope it's
I don't know
me.
why Kathleen doesn't want anything to do with
She
me.
does not like you.
I don't
Maybe
know.
you'll
It's
get your separate
okay.
message.
This one right
We
here
all can't
is
be loved.
Allison's, who is absolutely.
Okay, are we done yet?
Is Terry.
Yeah,
Well,
this
I
is
don't
it,
think
and
you
the chick
needed
is
to
mine.
Point that out, Denny. But
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
Danny.
what it is. Anyway, thanks. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Bok bok.
Bok, bok.
Do you remember that commercial
Yes, with the rabbit.
with the rabbit?
The
And you know,
captain
Happy
Oh
Easter.
yeah.
And they
Yeah.
were auditioning different animals to be the
That's
new
right.
Easter animal.
Yeah.
They go, bok, bok, bok.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
Craft Corner.
Woo!
Music is really dark. Don't you have any Beatles? Rolling
Saturday's
Stones?
Home and Garden program brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Tomorrow morning, Channel 13, I have a Easter edition of my segment. Please join me, won't you?
Join in.
You still have that gig?
I talk about Screen Thy Neighbor.
Screen thy neighbor. Oh, with vegetation or with fencing?
Yes, on the holiest day, screen thy neighbor. So I'll be talking about that. This was a letter that I received at the store, and it was an appreciation letter. A gentleman had lost his wedding ring. He said he called the store in the morning, and to his surprise and relief, a customer had found his wedding ring in the parking lot and turned it into to my staff. It was safely sitting in our safe.
Oh my gosh.
If you're listening and you're a burglar, there's nothing in the safe except for jewels. But so it goes on, Denny. And so words can't express how grateful I am to that customer and your staff. I've been married 47 years. Wow. And so this is very heartfelt. The next line, and I was afraid I was going to have to tell my wife I lost my ring.
That's funny.
That's the real anxiety. Oh.
Yeah. So
I love that. See, it is important to turn things in and find.
Yeah. So what do you do when you find a phone in a stall, a public stall?
I usually just take it up to the front of the store.
Wait a minute. In the toilet stall?
Yes.
That happens all the time.
I know, but some people say you should leave it because the person, especially like a bigger thing like an airport, something. Yeah, because you go back and it's like.
Okay.
So, because there's no place to go. Where would you go in the airport to?
You're picking up somebody's phone in a public restroom?
Well, I was thinking you were talking more about a store. I guess you have an airport situation. Yeah, I guess you just leave it. I guess.
I don't know. I've heard that argument.
I mean, it makes sense because usually people figure out pretty quick. You
Right.
can't go very far without your
Without
phone.
your phone, yeah.
Hey, here's something you need to know, that on your phone there is a setting such that if somebody steals your phone, the first thing that they do is they shut it down after they turn off Find Me. You know that Find My app?
Don't know that
so
either.
you can prevent that from happening from a dark screen. You have to do it through privacy and settings. And I learned how to do that because you think if somebody steals your phone, first thing they're going to do is do something they shouldn't be doing.
My cousin, his phone got stolen last year, and the Find My phone popped back up randomly, and it's in Africa.
It's in Africa.
It's in Africa.
His phone's in
Well,
Africa.
somebody gave it to a charity.
Yeah. So poor kid probably gets his own iPhone.
JMV just walked in the studio.
In person.
Maybe he wants to talk to us and give us a.
That's okay. Go
How
ahead.
about those Pacers?
How about those Pacers?
Come on, get over
here.
here.
Hey,
Come sit down.
sit down for just a second,
What? No,
John,
no,
because
no,
I.
No, I've already been on once. That's too much of me.
Well, no, I mean this is
That was hours ago.
This is
Yeah, that
this
was.
is the real. JMV joins us in studio for the I assume for
hold
the
your
Pacer pregame.
I got my gum in it now. So
Pacer pregame. Is that why you're here? Is that-
I'm going to go down and watch it here in a second. I have pre-games going down and grabbing some cocktails before I go.
So what about so you're not broadcasting the pregame?
I am not, huh?
So like the
Somebody else
pregame
does that, yeah.
So nothing.
Nothing. I'm
You
gonna
weren't
go down
asked to
there and
do
grab
that.
drinks and go cuss.
And go, today they're wearing their city uniforms, right?
Yes.
City uniforms have brought them. They have a great record with their city uniforms, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's better than.
It's a gold out
It's
down
a
there, too,
gold
they've
out,
got, yeah.
and the city uniforms very lucky. I'm knocking on wood because maybe I shouldn't even said it at all.
Yeah.
But they're very lucky.
1 o'clock is that tip. When you guys get off the air, boom.
Boom! I tell
They
you what,
tip it up.
I couldn't be more exciting as a retailer of spring goods.
Yeah.
To have the Pacers playing in a playoff game at 1 o'clock on a Saturday, that really works well for me, and I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Well, I will say this. I mean, I would rather have it maybe right now than at 6 o'clock on a Saturday night opposite of me upstairs.
Oh, so it's
on
about
me.
you and
So
not
that-
about
yeah,
me,
It's
I
kind
guess.
of a little bit about me.
So-
hey, the background right there looks like my grandma's cellar back in 1985.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Don't you like it? It's
It
really
looks
professional.
really good, right?
I need
worked
to
all
move
week
it
on
over
it.
a little bit. Hey, tell us about
what
the young kid that's about 16 on the team.
He is so cute.
The young kid, Furphy from
Furphy.
Australia, Johnny Furphy.
Johnny Furphy.
He is 19.
He is a crowd.
He may have yet hit.
He's
I
a
don't know if he's
crowd
hit puberty
favorite.
yet. Yeah.
I mean, when we were at a game that, hey, Denny, I got it, man.
Oh,
I got it, dude. He's
Denny,
like,
I love that shirt, man.
Yeah.
Is that Benji on that shirt right there?
It's his own dog.
It's his own dog.
That's your dog on your shirt?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's his
it
own
looks like
dog.
Benji. Remember Benji?
I
Oh, that was a good
so
movie.
is Furphy just real popular because everybody thinks they're like their little brother or something?
Man, I'm telling you what, any dude that is Australian or has an Australian accent can just do basically whatever this person wants to do around here.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's the same if my hillbilly accent went to
Right.
Australia. I doubt if it would work out the same.
Yeah. Well,
would
you've
it?
never wrestled an alligator.
Yeah.
All the Australians have.
Yeah, I mean, you
All
go
of
to-
them.
Yeah, any
You know, I had a-
Australian accent, any English accent.
I had
here.
an English kid who was also about 19 that worked at the store right around Mother's Day. And I said, just walk around, and we named a hanging basket the I Love Me Mom basket.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, just walk around and say, "Would you like a love me, Mom? I can put it in the boot of your car."
Did you have him purposely say third, the word third, so he could say turd?
Turd, yeah.
I always said that, yeah. I think that's funny. You never.
best.
Ethan is just, does you even pay attention to what he's saying?
Not really.
Or suggesting, gesturing?
Hey, you're sporting your
really.
L.B. Smith vest.
How about that?
Looking
Yes.
good, man.
I love this vest. That's why I wanted one right
Part
here.
of a gang, Pat.
Oh, wow, that is a nice.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's a
that is a
great vest.
great vest.
It is a great vest. Lance.
You know,
L.B.
I should.
Smith.
That would be a nice piece for Sullivan Hardware.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you get me a vest or something, I'll wear it all the time. I'll wear that hat all the time that you got me. So is Blake, my son. Sullivan
There you
Hardware and
go.
Garden.
Well,
So-
that's great. Well, John,
Oh, whose phone is this right there?
That's me.
There's a Facebook notification on Terry's phone.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
It can only mean one thing.
well, John, have a good pregame show.
Let's go Pacers. 4
Let's
and
go,
5.
Pacers!
It's going to be something.
What's your
because this
prediction?
Milwaukee team's
What's
pretty
your
good.
prediction? Here we go. You
I'm
got
going to go
7
with
seconds.
I'm going to go with the Pacers in 7 right here.
There you go.
Wow.
Hour number 4 is coming up right here on 93 WIBC.
Well, some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys. That really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools. Power tools. Power tools. Yeah, you just plug them in the wall and think of all you can do. You can plant a garden, fix your car, build a house if you want to, if you've got the proper power tools. Hello, emergency room.
I'm kind of having the Jelly Bellies.
It's snack time here at the Home and Garden Show.
This is the tropical mix.
So Pat brought some snacks in, Jelly Bellies, tropical mix. So what flavors does that mean? On the back it says.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Is that too tiny for you?
Oh, no. Berry blue, cantaloupe, coconut,
Cantaloupe.
green apple, island punch, kiwi, lemon lime, mango. There's a lot going on in this bag.
Oh, I love mango. Anything mango.
Yeah.
So do you put together Christmas baskets for the grandkids?
You mean Easter?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Easter basket?
I tell Beth, listen, let me do it. And
It's his favorite thing. Every year he asks us for a little bit of help
Yep.
and input.
What do
and,
you put into the Easter baskets?
well, what I try to do is I look at each child, each one of my grandkids.
Do you use grass or do you use vermiculite?
Pot, actually.
Pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually try to think of what their hobbies are.
Oh, sure.
And then, kind of tie it all in. And then I always write each one of them a poem.
You write them a poem.
Yes,
Each
yeah.
one.
Each one.
And then do you?
Kind of a kind of T.S. Eliot.
Is the camera on Pat?
Esque.
Because I want this to be done with a lie detector test.
So then do you have everybody over and have a big Easter egg hunt for those baskets, or do you?
They have to find them. So.
you hide the Easter baskets.
You hide them in the house, or do you hide them outside where they can run?
They
and
don't
be free?
know. They don't know. And one of the twins, Lou, so he's going to be excited because he's actually looking for 2 baskets because he didn't find last year's.
Oh, so it's still in the same spot, or
Yeah.
did you kind of move it around?
No.
Left it in the same spot.
I'm not digging that hole up again.
I think that was what I think we all heard from our parents when we were little kids. That I don't think they found everything, but we'll just let's just bring them in and then leave this stuff out in the yard.
I just
whatever that
don't
was.
remember Easter egg hunts where you just looked and saw eggs all over the lawn.
Oh no! You had to really hunt for them.
Yeah.
And they had silver dollars in them, or 50-cent pieces.
Now
or
it's
something.
just like they're
Pat,
just laying there.
When you were growing up, did you ever hear your parents say, "You better stop crying, or I'll give you something to cry about"?
Yeah.
All right. Did you hear the one about you've got to clean your plate because there's kids in China who are starving? Did you hear that one?
No, actually, we had a little boy that went up and down the alley with no mama or no daddy looking for food in our trash cans.
That's what your daddy pulled up.
That's what we had, yeah, over on 40th and Park.
It's amazing. 40th and Park.
Yeah.
Really?
So I don't know if other people had the little boy then went up and down their
I think
alley.
he was just looking for his Easter basket.
We used to have people stop by that were asking for cough medicine, which was weird.
Wow.
Wonder what they want to do with that.
It was so strange. My mom would come back and, what don't they want, Mom? Oh, they just needed some cough medicine. You mean off of US 40? They actually walked off US 40 to our house to look for cough medicine?
Yeah.
Well, they must have been. Well, they're not well.
Yeah. So, Fulton, do you still get an Easter basket?
I did before for a long time, so it's been a long time. So.
Wow.
Do you miss getting one?
I would demand an Easter basket.
I always do.
I have to say that whenever I've been someplace where there's an Easter bunny, he always looks like he's not really white, and he really looks degenerate. The Easter bunnies that greet kids, I think they're spooky. They're not like Santa.
Oh,
that's a hard one. I think it's
I was the Easter
hard.
bunny once, and
Were
I
you?
loved it.
Really?
Where were
Did you
you?
have a big
Easter bunny?
old
Where were you?
rabbit head?
Yeah, we were at the church, and my friend was it originally, and she took the head off in front of a child, scarred it for life. So then they had me do it.
So you did it?
So did you have
I loved it. I loved being a mascot.
Was it just like a hood, a furry hood, or was it the real
No, it was real fur.
plaster of Paris head?
Yeah, and then I had to go through full training with the actual Easter bunny to make sure I was doing it appropriately,
Okay.
obviously. And I loved it.
Well, you're of normal proportion, but when you get these 6'4" Easter bunnies that walk around like Lurch, they're
If
they're
there's a
kind of
cigarette
creepy.
hanging out of the mouth, that's
Yeah, they're
a
kinda
problem.
Do kids still get their picture taken with Easter bunny? Is that still a thing? Remember the malls used to have an Easter bunny, and
Yeah.
you'd go and get your picture taken with Easter bunny. They still do that?
I think so. Well, I don't know. People always want us to do an Easter train.
How about an Easter train? Because that's some of my memories. You're always pictures that we have of us as kids was always on the front lawn, and you know, you'd have your gloves on and your patent leather shoes and your little Easter dress, and Easter was a big day. And in fact, Easter breakfast with the Easter bunny
It really
on
was.
Ellis Ayres.
Yeah.
For many years.
Yeah.
And I think they had the train going then. Maybe?
For Easter, I don't know.
But yeah, an Easter
if they
train
did,
would
my
be
parents
okay.
kept it from me.
Did you guys have baptisms on Easter, or do you have the baptisms on Palm Sunday? What do you remember from all that?
I don't remember that.
We do the Easter Vigil, so we
Easter
have
Vigil.
baptisms.
Okay.
And so, the baptismals come. It's a very long service.
Yeah.
It's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Really, they punch your mass card twice, so it's almost
Because
like
it's
a
that
get out of
long.
jail free card.
If you go.
And then if you go, you can actually hit the baptismal font and put the jets on and kind of like kind of a hot tub.
Wow, I didn't know there were jets in there.
Yep, before mass.
Monsignor's really doing his part to.
Well, they're really
modernize
trying
the
to
religion.
attract, get the younger people to come back to church, and that's some of the baptismal font.
Sure.
Doubles as a hot tub.
So tomorrow, do you carry the sign "No Creasters in my Seasters"? do you?
No. I just tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Get out." So listen, we have Fulton on the air with us.
I
Did
forgot.
you
That's
know
right.
that?
I'm so sorry.
Hey,
We started
Fulton.
talking, forgot.
Hello, how are you guys doing? Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter to you. Tell us what's going on in your life.
Well, I am getting ready for my big musical next month.
That's musical
And,
to scusical.
Susical the musical.
Musical to musical.
Yeah, same thing.
He was close.
So we're getting ready, and I asked John if he's going to come to my concert. So, to the program for next month. So he's got the tickets ready to
Yeah,
go.
you know what?
So-
He's gotten really thin now, so if it's a really windy day, he probably is not going to make it.
Oh, it's inside. It's inside.
Oh, it's inside. Okay. Well, you got that going for us. So, so what are you doing for Easter?
Well, I'm spending time with my family. Tomorrow we're gonna have like green bean casserole and ham and pumpkin pie.
Ooh,
Kind of
pumpkin
stuff like
pie.
that.
I think that's Thanksgiving. They might have the
Yeah.
wrong pie. I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I know.
Or
We got the wrong
apple.
pie.
Yeah.
Apple, maybe?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Easter candy? Do you like Peeps?
Oh,
the marshmallows?
I do like Easter candy. Probably like M&Ms and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to cut off my sugar because
Yeah.
I've been having this cavities a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
and
Peeps won't help
now they want to put like a crown on the red side, and I just don't like crowns that much. It's just
Well, unless it's where it's on your head,
Yeah, crown
That's
on your
completely
head,
different. But a crown on your dude, they're not bad
on
though.
tooth. Do
They're-
you have one?
No.
Yeah.
Well, they said about 6 months, so you know.
Okay, well, let's cut down on those sweets. Just what I would do is what JMV does, and I would eat 100% cottage cheese.
Exactly. I can have
garbanzo
that.
beans.
And then you can throw some garbanzo beans or tuna.
Yep. And I will be at the Cold Hall Fence next Saturday. So.
Oh, that's excellent. Well,
Mhm.
congratulations
Yep.
on that. Good luck. Break a leg.
I will. And the tickets, if you guys want to, they're on theaddictator.com, and we have a lot of tickets going on sale.
Excellent.
600 tickets. And don't forget to listen to the JMV Takeover tonight on B105.7, 107.5 The Fan, and 93.5.
There you go. 6 till midnight. Thank you.
We'll see you later, Fulton.
See you later.
Happy Easter.
I bought up like a whole section of those tickets.
Did you?
Yep. StubHub.
That's so nice.
Are you going to
StubHub.
upsell them?
Yep.
Yes, you should.
Yeah. I'm going to make a killing on this thing.
Taylor Swift price.
Yep. Let's see. Steve joins us on the program. Hi, Steve.
Good morning, Pat. Hey, just want to, as a reminder, today is the 250th anniversary of when the Minutemen stood on the bridge at Concord and fired the shot heard wander world, as remembered in the Concord hymn written by Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Well done.
Wow.
They say it's the beginning of the United States Army. They say that this is the 250th, but it really was the Minutemen. Good
Jerry,
job,
I don't know
Steve.
anything about this either.
You don't know anything about this? Oh,
1775, Lexington and Concord. Actually, it's Concord and Lexington.
This is why I really am so close to Nate Bargazzi.
Oh, Bargatze.
Whatever.
But
Because
Denny?
I'm literally just
Sir.
like him.
Go ahead, Steve.
I'm going to leave you something at Exercise Inc. this week that will help the Home and Garden Show in the future. And Pat, a question for you. Can you give us an update on this old hardware store, the current rebuild that's going on?
Well, you know what? I just want to mention first off that we do have permits for some permits, anyways, and we are building the new Grill Palace that we expect to open in early summer.
Did the Amish show up to start the construction yet?
Yeah, I told you he called me on the phone.
Well, you didn't tell me he showed up. You told me he called you on the phone.
Yeah, you're right. They're there. The frame is up. They're doing great work. All the concrete's almost done. So yeah, we're expecting early spring or early summer, Steve, for a grand celebration. Hopefully, maybe by Father's Day. That'd be really cool. The Grill Palace is an all immersive experience.
Sort of like Disney World. But
I copied that from the museum from Newfields.
I was wondering which facility you took that from. Okay.
Yeah,
Newfields.
Yeah,
I like
so
it.
like it's a small world after all.
It's
Are you going to play that in the background?
It's all inclusive immersion.
Immersion.
Steve, I'm sorry you have to suffer through this top
Steve,
of mind
thanks
stuff.
for the softballs.
Well, it's I'm just trying to help move the show along here because we're in the fourth hour.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a holiday weekend.
We're getting tired, buddy. We're getting tired. This actually isn't even live. This was recorded last week. So I'll
Thanks,
see
Steve.
you
All
later.
right, and
Yep.
bye.
Bye, buddy. See, Steve goes to Exercise Inc. We're a cult.
You're a cult. 239-9393. We're going to come right back with more. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back. Pat Sullivan, Denny Smith, Terry Stacy, Allison Lemons, and Ethan. Behind the Boards, Saturday's Home and Garden program brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. You didn't turn on your mic, pal.
Oh, that's...
Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Oh, a little solo.
Wow, a little echo.
You remind me of that guy on the Liberty Mutual commercials, sitting there in front of the Statue of Liberty. Liberty Bibberty. Uh-oh. What was that?
Ethan's face.
I don't want to say. Ryan joins us on the program. Hey, Ryan.
Oh, that was
Morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for waiting, Ryan. You're
Afternoon.
a very patient man.
Happy to be on the tape delayed hour.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for calling us last week.
Yeah, last week. So instead of last week we had a couple trees get damaged, and one split. It's a 40-foot pine tree, and it snapped about 20, 25 feet up. What do I do with the rest of the tree? Will it bounce back, or is it a goner?
Hard to say. I would go ahead and trim it out right now, but it might be worth it to reach out to an arborist just to ask them. Is it a white pine, you say?
No, it's not a white pine. I'm not sure what kind of pine it is.
Well, I think a white pine would have a better chance of survival. If it's a spruce or, like a hemlock, it might not.
So how wide is it, the remaining piece? How wide would you say that is, the remaining piece that's up there?
The diameter of the
diameter.
trunk? I'd say it's about a foot to 16 inches across.
This is a monster.
So Crum had a thing where you could bend a branch and make a leader, like set a new leader for the tree to get it to grow in more of a uniform shape. So you would bend, one of the branches and kind of like, and literally just, you would tie it up so that it would start to grow in the right direction.
Okay.
So if that does not work, Crum is still over on the west side. 244-2218, I think, is his number. So complain to him.
And then we had another one that 45 degreed, almost completely uprooted. I'm assuming it's a goner. There's no way of pulling it up.
That's probably a spruce. That sounds like a shallow-rooted spruce. We had one of those around Christmas time. Ryan, you'll love this story. We always got up and went to work 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And after 2 weeks, my neighbor calls me and says, "Hey, do you mind if I clip the top off of your spruce tree for a Christmas tree this year?" And I said, "What?" I said, "How are you going to climb up there and get it?" He said, "Denny," he says, "you've had a tree down in the backyard for 3 weeks." He said, "We're just trying to make the best of it." Because it happened at night and we were gone.
Right.
So he can't. There's nothing you can do with this tree. You
Not
can't
a-
just like.
If
You
it's
can't just shove
uprooted.
it back in to the ground.
You would have to have you'd have to get a tree spade to come in and literally get a hold of it and reset it.
And then maybe it'll have some. And then there's hope.
so it would really have to have some value because that's inexpensive.
Ryan, what I
thing.
don't know is if it is a homeowner's claim. It might be worth a call to your insurance company because the value of those trees is incredible.
Yes, chickens.
Do you have chickens or are they ducks?
Gerbils.
That was a goose.
It was a goose. What's the animals, Ryan?
It's a goose.
Yeah.
It's a goose.
Good job, Terry.
Well, I know animal sounds.
Are you at the petting zoo?
No, backyard, hauling limbs away.
Oh.
Oh, where are you? Did all this storm happen for you last night?
At about 5 o'clock this morning, we felt the house shake.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Yeah.
We heard there was some strong
last
wind.
night, wow.
I know. It was where are you? Where is your home?
86 and Sargent
Oh my gosh.
No way.
on the northeast side.
I told you I thought that I heard that there was some strong wind come through there.
That's my neighborhood. I didn't.
Didn't feel it?
No.
Hey, I'm going to give you a phone number, Ryan.
I don't hear Beth either, though.
Yeah.
What?
He's a hard sleeper.
This is an arborist. I want you to call Max
do you know
Bigelow.
that?
Max is a
I don't
friend
know.
of the
I'm
show. 317-487-6098. If you can take some pictures, he'll be asking you, but he'll be able to give you a straight up answer whether or not they're worth saving. 487-6098, Max Bigelow.
And if you need a tree guy, Darren at First Choice Trees. Good dude. He's my personal tree man.
I love trees. I hope it all works out and everybody's happy.
Where is First Choice Trees?
Wherever the problems are.
Ooh, that's a good slogan.
That was a good
one.
softball right over
Yeah.
the plate. He
Yeah.
took a swing.
Good one.
Yep.
Good luck,
You know
Ryan.
that big oak tree in our garden center? We had to take
Yes.
that down.
I wasn't going to tell her.
When did that happen? And why did that happen?
Well, because it was dead.
You should let Ryan go now. Right now, he doesn't need to hear our family problems.
He's gone.
Bye, Ryan. Happy Easter. I hope it works out. When did you have that done?
That was a couple months ago.
I haven't seen it.
I know. I told him. I wanted to make sure.
And I was feeling I put
You
my
didn't hear
arms,
about it.
I tried, and I couldn't even get halfway around it. And I was just like back and forth.
Probably here when the dinosaurs were here.
It was between 50 and 60% shot. And so I said to Brett in our garden center, who's kind of our tree guy, I said, Brett, what am I going to do? What are we going to do about the big oak? He goes, cut it down.
Wow.
Thank you.
And a tear rolled down my cheek.
And probably the tree's cheek also.
And I said, Brett, I'm talking about the big oak.
The mighty oak.
Now, this is
and
Brett,
Brett-
who we had on the air just 2 weeks ago
Brett-
talking about.
Looked me in the eye and he said, stop being a wuss. Cut the tree down.
Wow.
But I said, Brett, that tree has been through so much. Possibly the Civil War.
Not the Civil War.
I'll betcha. Dinosaur time.
We just talked about betting. It's a bad habit. Stop it.
The decorated oak. I said, I just can't cut it down. And Brett looked me in the eye and said, I'm going to hit you in the face. Cut the thing down. Call Darren from First Choice Trees.
I just got this from Brian Kirchner of Sundown Gardens, and he
Thank
says,
you. Thank you. That
He
was
said,
nice.
if Ryan can't save the tree, Sundown sells bigger evergreens if it can't be saved. Now, there's a...
They do sell.
Here's
You're
what I-
looking for a big evergreen.
Thank
I
you,
do-
Sundown Gardens.
I do love that people, when they have these magnificent trees, I've got a tulip the same way. Can't get my arms around it. It's old as time. I bet it knew James Whitcomb Riley.
Absolutely.
And I do know a lot of groups now, a lot of people that can take those beautiful pieces of wood and turn it into something so you can have, because I'm a tree person. I love the memories of trees.
So I said to Darren from First Choice Trees, I said, hey, is this oak? I mean, what should we do with it? He goes, I just split it up for firewood. I said, doesn't anyone want it? He goes, nope.
That's a
Not
a
anymore.
lot of
The-
wood. I
a
wonder how
wood
many
person
board
would
feet
love
that,
to have
that
that
would have been.
for
About 70.
they could have made, that could have been beautiful tables and chairs and beautiful things, headboards, beautiful things, and you just sold it for firewood. That beautiful mighty oak that has been there older and longer than you have.
And you know what? I'll toast when I throw that log on the fire. And I'll remember those
So
times
sad.
I had with the big oak.
Yeah, he's going to remember you too, in heaven, because I think they go there too.
Wow.
The oak's gonna greet Pat in heaven.
I really was. But I was very emotional about the oak. And then Brett, who's our tree guy, who knows so much about trees and guides people, and I said, Brett, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? He goes, cut it down. It's dead.
No heart. No, there was no heart. It
No
is
heart. No heart.
sympathy.
No
No
heart.
nothing. He just was like, cut it down.
All she saw was another tree sale.
Yeah.
239-9393. We're coming right back. 93 WIB. Ethan.
This is Kid Cudi.
Who?
Yeah, I'm really surprised you.
Kid Cudi.
I don't know him.
He's a kid, not a kid. Just kidding.
Oh,
You're gonna be a husband in 5 months.
Oh.
You need to get this fixed, okay?
What fix? What should he fix?
No. They need to have children. There's a low birth weight in this
I
country.
wasn't talking about him getting fixed. He needs to fix this absent-mindedness.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was my fault.
You know,
This is
I said that to a veterinarian once.
this
and
is
I
totally
said,
my fault.
he had a plumbing problem, and I said, well, we can fix that, Pete. And he says, never said we can fix you.
I
to a
was
vet.
going a completely different direction.
You sure were.
It is
Yeah.
my fault.
Hey, Heath, and I have a question
Common
for you.
mistake.
Did you choose to get married on a Friday because of the show on Saturday?
No, it's cheaper on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So much cheaper on Fridays.
And if you want a Saturday wedding, I think you have to book it. So like, if I wanted one in 2030, I think I would have had to
That's
book
right.
that a couple years ago. So
That's crazy.
I mean, it's just.
Kids
ridiculous.
ought to get married on Tuesday. I mean, just do it.
Well, I don't ever remember a backup when I was married. I got married long ago.
Me neither.
But I mean, what's the backup for? What's happened?
Well, but where was your reception?
Golf course in Carmel.
So a lot of times it used to be at the church
Right.
basement.
Yeah, that's where ours was.
So,
Church basement.
Yep.
And now so it's the venues. There's just
It's
not
just
enough
venues.
venues
Not
for all
enough
the
venues.
weddings.
Can you
Yeah.
remember one food from your reception?
Meatballs.
Meatballs?
We had meatballs too.
All I can
I think-
remember
Fancy
is
food.
this lime punch that had Sprite and lime punch. And to this day, if I get Sprite and lime ice
You
cream, lime
taste that
sherbet,
smell.
oh, it's the
That's a
greatest.
great
All
punch,
we had
though.
was beer. Just
Really?
beer.
Yeah.
Are you
We
Irish?
did too.
Yep, just beer. And then we had one bottle of champagne for the bride and the groom. And Beth's grandpa found it and drank the whole thing.
Is this true?
Yes, it is absolutely true. Cleet Birchler is his name.
Really?
Well, he earned it.
Cletus.
Cletus.
Great name.
He used to own the Freezer Fresh down in Tell City.
The Freezer Fresh.
There
which
was a fellow
what?
by the name
It's a little restaurant. Still there.
There's a fellow by the name of Cleet Concannon that owned Henthorns, 632.
Nobody cares about the phone number.
No, well, I was just going to say, but he was the only other Cletus I ever knew. Sold lawnmowers.
It's a great
I
name.
think we probably all, if you're this generation of mine, or you all have, like, I have an uncle. I had an Uncle Ode.
All those names are coming back.
Is Ode coming back?
Old
All
names
of them.
are coming back.
My grandson,
Earl.
my grandson Lou.
That's such a great name.
I
That's
like Lou.
Who thinks his name is Lou Dog?
I had a
Because
friend.
we call him Lou Dog, and so if you say Lou, he goes, "My name's Lou Dog."
I had a friend once who said, "Never marry a woman whose name came from a different generation."
What?
Yeah, it was just he said, like we grew up with Janets and Kathys and Nancys and that type of stuff, but if we ran into a Maud, he wasn't interested. If he was, or even
Sounds
Vivian.
like a keeper.
Yeah.
Allison.
Also, I know is
wasn't
my five
recruiting.
sisters made fun of my grandma's name.
Which was?
Grandma Emma.
And now Emma's
Emma's-
so
That's
I know.
That's a beautiful name.
I know.
It's a beautiful
Isn't that
name.
crazy?
It really is. Olivia was one name that you wouldn't have had anything to do with. It's really popular again, Olivia, and some of those names that are old as time.
My grandma's
back.
name was
Ruth.
Flossie May. Flossie May.
Flossie May.
Flossie May.
Jane's was Minnie Marie. Minnie.
All right. Another name that may come back is Gary, and he joins us on the program. Hi, Gary.
Hello. How are you today?
We're doing good. What's up?
Good. Happy Easter.
Same to you. Merry Easter.
I hadn't talked to anybody for a while and just going to say hello.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Oh.
We were just actually talking about you.
Yeah.
And
Wondering,
saying,
where's Gare?
Where's Gare? And I thought it was something Denny said us, normal, that turned off one of our listeners.
Oh,
So do you have big Easter plans, Gary?
No, going to go to nephew's for dinner. In the
Okay.
afternoon.
Okay, right there, you just insulted your nephew. I said, do you have any big plans? You go, nope. Just going over the nephews.
Yeah.
Well, I think it is big.
Well, he was the nephew that put the fork in his eye. He's a
Well,
little
you
bit
know.
strange.
So how many's gonna? How many is? Anyways,
I'm not
how many are gonna be there?
several, maybe 15, 20.
Oh, it's a good group.
Or,
That's a good group, Gary.
yeah,
You a Pacer fan?
I pay attention to them.
Yeah, they're about ready to wreck my business at 1 o'clock. Do you care about that?
Terry mentioned Total Orchards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what they're dealing with, and I can sympathize with them. Kind of been dealing with the same thing.
Hey, I know this voice. Is this Mitt Hafer?
Yeah.
I thought I knew this
Gary.
voice.
I wondered if it, when you brought up titles, I wonder if this is Gary. You have been dealing with this, yourself, with this development all around you.
Where is this? Could you fill us? Could you fill the
Well,
listeners in?
Gary is a farmer that sells his produce, but he's got subdivisions all the way around him. He used to be out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, warehouses mostly.
Yeah,
He's got mostly warehouses around.
Do you still
him,
have
too,
the
and some
big
developments.
garden going, you and your nephew?
Yes, we do. Sell
Good.
at 2 farmers markets. Cumberland on Saturday morning, 8 until noon, and at New Palestine Healthway Park, Tuesday afternoons, 4 until 6:30. They start first Saturday and Tuesday in May.
Oh, it's good to hear from you, Gary. I'm glad you're doing okay. So the situation is, you still have the farm?
Yes, we still have the farm. We've not sold anything. They're just adjacent to us.
Okay. You hang on. That farm of yours is worth gazillions of dollars, but I hope you're able to hang on. I know it's a whole different climate, different atmosphere out there with farm fields leaving like crazy. And this is what Tuttle's is dealing with, too. And everybody all around Indiana, central Indiana, is dealing with this, too, with this growth, quick growth.
very much so.
Wait a minute. Is this the Gary that always sucked us into the ice cream?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, is that right?
Worked for the state
crank-off.
of Indiana. I can't remember what you did. What did you do
It
for
just
the
came
state?
back to me who this was.
We were crankers.
Yeah.
We were crank-off judges.
Well, judges, yeah.
Mhm.
No, but we didn't really. We were ceremonial judge.
Yeah.
Gary, are you still doing
We
the
really not-
Are
we
you
didn't
still
really-
doing the ice
we really
cream
didn't
thing
do
at the
anything.
State Farm?
No, we retired from that several years ago, and as I understand, there is no longer a homemade ice cream contest.
Boy, that was a competition of the highest order among old families.
Everything changes.
Well, Gary, quit bringing us down, son.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, you take care. Fight the fight as best you can, and if not, call Cherry.
And have a good
call
time.
Cherry.
Have a good
she'll
time
take care
over
of
at
it.
your nephew's. I think it's going to be great.
How's Dick Crum?
Dick is actually okay. Denny talked to him.
Last time I talked to him about
89?
a couple months ago. No, I talked to Jody a couple months ago. He's doing okay. He's doing okay.
Just turned 89.
When he puts his hearing aids in, he does better.
Okay. Is he still out in Park County then?
His farm is not. Is it Park? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. But he lives on the west side.
Same place.
Avon.
244-2218. Is that his phone number?
Uh-huh.
That's somebody. Is that what it is?
I think it is.
Yeah.
It sounds familiar.
What's the
Gary,
name of the street?
Thanks for calling.
Should we give the street name?
Yeah, do you know it?
There's only two houses on it. Fernwood.
No, there's more than two houses.
No, there's only two houses. I was the plumber on both those houses. I know where he lives.
You only got two jobs.
I tell you what, I'll
Your
bet
competitor's
your paycheck.
got
I'll bet
the,
your paycheck.
your-
Gary, thanks for
your
starting a
competitor's
fight.
got the rest of the business. 239-9393. Gary, I couldn't tell what Gary wanted. I didn't know why he was.
He just wanted to say hi.
Check in, say hello.
Well, then we felt the pain about the
Tuttles.
the
Tuttles
Tuttles
and
and
everybody out there.
the
Everybody
big
out
industry.
everywhere.
And
I tell you what, I'll
The
bet your
ice
paycheck.
cream.
There are only two houses on Fernwood.
It's not Fernwood.
Furwood. I'm sorry.
It's not Furwood either.
It's Furman.
Furman. There we go. Furman. But there's only two houses on there because I was the
you're
plumber
thinking
for both
of
of
the
them.
guy on OJ. Furman.
Here's how well I know this. The Kittermans lived just south of him, and then it was he and Joni. and they're the
Kittermans are
only-
a bunch of liars.
We need to break and get
We
ready
got to
for
go.
speed round.
Speed round is coming. 239-9393. It's a show that is a full 4 hours, but seems like 4.5. But we've come to that final segment, the speed round, where we take your calls lickety-split, 1, 2, 3. A quick question gets a quicker answer. You call us at 239-9393. The speed round is brought to you by
Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Listen, great pricing on Lazy Boy, Indiana-made Smith Brothers furniture, mattresses made in Indiana, and, of course, maintenance-free outdoor furniture. Pat, the best part, it's free delivery up to 75 miles. ThompsonFurniture.net.
Who's ready for the speed round? Who?
I can't handle it.
You cannot handle the speed round. Joining us on the program is Robert. Hey, Robert.
Hello, how are you?
We're doing well, thank you.
Great. Lawn care question. Where are we at ground temperature-wise as far as putting down pre-emergent for crabgrass?
Now is the time.
Go for it.
Okay.
Pre-emergent would be great now. Just remember, don't put it anywhere where you're expecting grass seed to germinate. So, because
Yes,
it
sir.
will stop that. So,
Or
but
you can rough it up,
And-
but you
but
got.
now's the time.
And okay, thank you. And temperature-wise, right now, is there any point in spot spraying for weeds, or is it too early?
No, it is not. It's too early to put a full weed killer down over your lawn because stuff is still germinating. But if you're going to spot treat, you can do that anytime the weed's actively growing.
Good deal.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call. Up next, we have Bill joining us on the program. Hey, Bill.
Hi, I have a needle cast on my pine trees. Is it time to spray the fungicide?
Yeah, if as much as you can do with needle cast on spruce, because it is difficult. But yes, I would go ahead and start the. Once we get past freezing temperatures, which we are past the freeze-free date of which is on the 20th. So we're right there. So, yeah, next couple weeks I would go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks for the call. Up next, we have Jeff joining us on the program. Hi, Jeff. Hello, Jeff.
3.
Oh, hello.
2.
Yeah, hi, Jeff. Is your name not Jeff?
It is Jeff.
Oh, it is. Oh. Usually. Okay. I was surprised.
Hey, just
What's up?
just had a real quick question, and that is, you guys are having a good time today, so I just thought I'd throw a joke out there. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Because.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
and
See, he's a
he just
chicken.
hung up.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
That guy totally fooled me. He said he had a grass question.
He was probably high.
Or maybe he did.
Lori joins us on the program. Maybe. Hi, Lori.
Hi, guys. Hey, I have a strawberry patch that's really sheltered so that the leaves don't die back. Should I cut them back or just let them be?
So, wait, you have a strawberry plants that are in a pot?
No, they're in a sheltered area of my yard,
Okay.
so the winter doesn't kill them off.
How big is the patch?
5 by 10.
5 by 10. I would take a lawnmower, set it low, and make a path about every 2 feet. And I think that should promote a lot of good strawberries because strawberries come along the edges, not in the middle.
And it'll stimulate growth.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Is
All
there
right.
anything I can put down to make them sweeter?
Ooh.
A little bit of Terry Stacy.
Oh, and a whole lot of love.
Sorry, Lori. They're out of control. We got 3 minutes to go, and they're out of control.
Almost there, guys.
No,
I know.
that-
We're almost there.
I've never heard. I will say
Lori,
I've never
heard of
heard
anything.
No.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, sugar. Put it. Pick them and put more sugar on them. What the heck?
Dan joins us on the program. Hi, Dan.
Hi, how you doing?
We're doing well, thanks.
I've got a drain that is an old-fashioned drain. The house was built in '60, and the drain goes all the way in front of my 3-car garage, and then drains down into a deeper drain that, when it rains very, very hard, it doesn't take all of the water fast enough, and it floods my garage. And I've been putting up with it too long, and I got to solve it, and I don't know who to call or what to do.
Ghostbusters.
No,
I
not
knew someone was
Ghostbusters.
gonna say that.
Look up ldsmithplumbing.com and leave a message for Lance. That's the owner to give you a call. That is an old style drain. They used to be called areaway drains, and if the big pit that it drops into, the secondary pit, if it drops into it and it's become sedimented, there's a lot of debris in there. You've got to get a way to get that out. But Lance will be able to coach you through it. He takes all the crazy, stupid jobs. And but
Give him his cell number so he can call him at home. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Charles the Genius.
Oh,
Danny, self-proclaimed Mr. Know-it-all. That
minute.
phone is really busy. No. I have to take a deep breath in, or is it just about
Go,
2
1
seconds
minute.
left here?
less than 1
What?
minute.
Okay, here we go. I want to say to all of you and your families a super happy Easter, everybody in Radio Land. A medical shout out to Sue and Patty and Vicky. All have been medical problems, but they're all out of the hospital from surgery. Friends of a friend's family. And the greatest Easter movie ever made, Indiana Canadian, Ben-Hur. And believe it or not, when they found their lost tracks for that, look up the screen test for somebody who almost got to play Masala, the bad guy. You will never believe in 1950, a serious actor.
Dick
I won't
Crumb.
ruin it for you. Pardon?
Dick Crumb?
No.
No.
I want you to be
No,
shock you when you see
tell
what
us.
it-
You can't leave us in suspense. Who was it?
Oh, yeah. Leslie Nielsen.
No way.
Believe it or not, he was under in the 50s. There you go. In the 1950s, he was under contract at the time.
And wrap. Charles, I am sorry. We are at the last 10 seconds. Have a happy Easter, everyone. And if you need anything, just call Terry at home.
I'll be there.
Abdul's next.